This is really the Fighter and the Kid.
Come on, baby. Got the great Jay Mohr.
Oh, yeah.
You got a great voice.
Come
dude.
on.
How do you hit those high notes, bro?
I don't know, baby. But I'm back on the Fighter and the Kid. Yeah.
Damn, that gets me fired up. Why can't that be our intro music?
Let's go, the Fighter and the Kid. It's from copying Iron Maiden, I guess, in my bedroom as a kid.
Bro, that's what I want to use that as our intro. Just that. The Fighter and the Kid.
The Fighter and the Kid, yeah.
It's really 80s.
Yeah.
Ah, it's good, man. He's bringing it back.
It's Wrestling Room, first Rat album.
Oh,
Yeah.
Out on the streets, that's where we meet.
Did you ever see the Iron Maiden, the court, the sort of like court case, and they asked the lead singer because they were being sued because this kid committed suicide listening to the song, and they asked him. I was so weird.
Song.
I don't know, but they asked him to sing the song.
The
and he was
rhyme
going-
of the Ancient Mariner.
He actually sang it a cappella. He's like, anybody home? I don't want to. And the guy, the lawyer goes, what is the thing you do at the end? And he's like, what? And he goes, the thing you're like, meh, like that. And he goes, that sounds just how I breathe before I do the next verse. It was so awkward.
The number of the beast, sacrifice going on tonight.
But they didn't
actually sing.
They got away with it, right?
Jay can actually sing.
In that trial?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like, we wrote a song, dude. I mean, what do you want me to do? How are you going to sue me for?
Well, remember they tried blaming Marilyn Manson on the Columbine stuff. Remember that?
They said, they said to Marilyn Manson, what would you have said to those kids, the Columbine shooters? And he said, I wouldn't have said anything. I would have listened. And that's what no one ever.
Oh, that's nice.
Powerful
He
by
said
the
that's what no one
darkness.
did.
Then they talk for 11 minutes, and you're like, all right, I've heard enough.
Oh, by the way,
You guys are crazy,
Yeah,
huh?
the one guy was a
guys are
psychopath.
batshit crazy,
Even though
huh?
he was a psychopath, he had a history of psychotic behavior.
Oh, yeah, hurting
masochist,
animals and all-
sadistic piece of shit.
Here's
And then they tried going after the parents. They're like, where were you? You
Yeah.
got 100 squirrels in the fucking basement, dead and guns?
Yeah, well,
Like, figure it out, Mom.
One kid was so depressed, apparently, that he got manipulated by this psychopath. The psychopath was the one who really orchestrated it.
As Colin Quinn would say, all right. Guess it takes all kinds, you know? You know what the fly said when he walked over the mirror? It's one way of looking at it, you know? Anyway, gang, it's good to see Brandon again.
Brandon.
So I had so much fun last time, and you guys, George and Chin, do a good job of like editing the clips and everything.
yeah.
It made it real
Georgie, not
easy
me.
for me to...
Georgie does all the clips.
Georgie does it all. And but then I'm like, you know, I'd post it, co-post it, we collaborate. Then I'm reading the comments. I was like, do your fans like you?
Oh, us?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I remember this world.
Well, those aren't fans. Those are...
They're listening and posting.
Well, exactly. They're listeners.
You specifically, I'm like, all Brandon does is fucking try to help others and mind his own business.
But they don't know that.
Yeah,
They just do,
though. They
just
think
he's cocky football player, and that's how they.
I don't think that's it. I think...
Football player, huh?
Well, you mean
Probably
when I stopped playing 20 years
defensive end
ago?
back in the day?
Yeah.
You know?
I do think that if people saw the shit you do behind the scenes, they'd be like, "Oh,
I don't think it'd matter.
no, I don't think."
No, they wouldn't care.
No, those people you can't win.
Some people just
Nor do
hate
you care.
Some people hate you for no.
You know what?
goddamn reason.
You know what Reggie Jackson said? Fans don't boo nobodies.
There you
Oh
go.
shit!
Reggie.
He also said when he hit his third home run in the World Series, a reporter goes, "What were you thinking as you rounded the bases?" He goes, "The magnitude of me." Is it right? Who's better? But it's true.
I know, like,
on
holy
three
shit.
pitches, you just hit 3 home runs in the World Series. You're just rounding second, like, God damn, I'm a motherfucking G.
The worst thing you could do if you're really famous is read comments, like
Yep.
these, any of these athletes I see are these like. Really,
You could still read them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I never have. I
It's
never
not
have.
that level. I think you have to get to a certain
I
level.
never
Like, you
read
don't read
comments.
them? Well,
I never have.
come on.
Because I knew that
I
the
think,
same.
you know who does is Kevin Durant.
He's a fucking.
He's a beast with
God
it.
damn,
Really?
he's got
Yeah,
thin
he's a beast with
skin.
it.
There was a Twitter chat. Is it called Twitter chat? Twitter, where you do a group chat on
Oh,
Twitter.
yeah.
And the name of the group was Kevin Durant is not top 5, and he crashed it.
He went
and
in
he's
there,
just talking
started
to them
talking
like
shit
the
to
way
them.
y'all look
Really?
at the game is trash. I'm like, dude, all I know about you is you are top 5.
Oh, easily.
And every time you do this, it makes me just think you're an idiot.
It's pretty cool
had a
though, 'cause
burner
some
account,
people
too.
like to do that. Like some people like to engage with it, and it's their pastime. I
don't think it's healthy either way.
Well, I learned a
'Cause you
long
can
time
tell it
ago.
gets to 'em.
But I think the good,
Yeah.
the good
Yeah.
and the bad are both destructive in a way, because the good will define you, and you'll start aiming for it. So I think it's poison all the way around.
But also, my heroes growing up, whether it was in stand-up or in athletics, they didn't even have the option for.
Who were your heroes growing up? What's your bag?
What's your bag? What's your
is
top
your-
five?
Who were your
is your
heroes
bag?
growing up?
Oh man, Jim Carrey, Adam Sandler, Junior Seau.
Dabba-dabba-doo.
Yeah, there
And
we go.
a fighter and a kid. And a cool.
Shut up!
Just like him, dude.
That's very
Yeah,
good.
he's my fave.
You know him
Robin
pretty well,
Williams.
don't you?
No.
You know?
No. I
you
worked
ever-
with him a while ago.
If he did, he'd be in his movies.
Yeah.
right.
puts all his boys in
I'm
his movies.
available.
I like that
Apparently I'm
about
not his
him. I like
boy.
that he takes care of his boys. He's super loyal.
Yeah, he forces Netflix when he signs those deals. He's like, I'll do it, but I'm using my crew. And they're like, whatever.
Man, if the world was
I
more like
was
that.
on a fighter and a kid.
Who are your favorites? Who do you look up to?
Carlin.
Yeah, me too.
Oh my
too.
God.
That's my-
Attell.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. tell us about it.
Chappelle. Anybody with L in their last name?
yeah. Attell and Chappelle.
Adele.
Adele.
How good is Attell? How good is fucking Dave Attell? He's
I had a guy call me yesterday and I answered the phone. Guess who's not crying? And he knew exactly what I was saying. Like he goes, you know that Attell bit?
No,
He
no,
goes,
no.
don't you wish you could have sex with the first person you ever had sex with again just to show him how good you got at it? Hey, look who's not crying like a big boy. He's the best. You know the Farley story with me and him?
no.
Me and David Teller in our office. It's like 2 a.m. We're smoking. We're not doing any work. We don't even.
Adele worked at Saturday Night Live?
Yeah, we shared an office,
I didn't know that.
and we're like
either.
we're smoking cigarettes and like flicking each other in the dick, guy stuff.
Yeah, guy stuff.
And Farley walks in. It's like 2 a.m. and just Farley walks in. He's like, "What are you guys doing?" And at the same time, we both said, "We'll pay you $100 to take a shit out the window," like creepy twins. Like we looked at each other like,
Evil
"What are the odds of that?" We said that exact sentence. We'll pay you $100 to take a shit out the window. And Farley goes, "Give me the money first." So we're just like putting money on the. So it's like coins and dollar bills, and he puts the money in his pocket. Then he like lifts up the desk. Farley was Herculean strong.
Yeah.
He lifts the desk up, and the coins, like in a cartoon, slide down the desk into his pocket, like ding, 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 ding. It was crazy. And he goes out on the window and puts the window. This is the 17th floor, and he puts the window on the back of his neck, and he just starts grinding like. And it was obvious, like right away, that Chris Farley did not have to shit at all because he was like purple, like he was going like ah, and it's Farley, so he's like ah, son of a wee, ah. And after like 2 minutes, this little like
Nugget?
Fig Newton without any Newton drops out of Chris's ass and goes in the window onto my desk. And I remember just sitting there like showbiz, right?
Showbiz.
Showbiz.
This is you wanted to make it, kid.
This is it.
This is,
Farley's
now you got
dookie on my desk.
hepatitis.
Farley's
That's what happens.
dookie.
That's what it comes. with.
Adele was a writer on Saturday Night Live?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
He's so brilliant.
He's so like, who's not crying? Like a big boy.
Something about Mace that really
Well,
bothers my eyes.
It makes me lose my erection. Do you have like a holy shit I'm in show business moment? Because I got one better than that. I'm not really listening to yours. I'm just set it up so I can.
Yeah,
set
give
mine
me
up.
yours. Give me yours.
Set it up. yeah.
Anyway,
not-
gang,
mine is not
classic
as good as yours.
narcissist behavior. You know?
Mine is not as good as yours. I
What do you
can
got,
guarantee it.
Jay?
When I did
You've had some big moments.
when I did the Paris theater in Vegas, when I went to get paid, the guy was writing me my check, and they had a dry erase board of all the acts that month, and I was between Shaka Khan and Tony Bennett.
Oh
Jesus.
man,
Hey, everybody!
damn.
I heard Jay Mohr's coming. Missed the Saturday dance. He's funny now. Okay. Hi, Brandon. Oh, you know the Virginia basketball coach is named Tony Bennett?
No.
The college basketball coach.
Yeah,
And he's a great
the
coach.
Cavaliers.
And one year during the NCAA tournament, he had a heart attack and he took a knee on the court. And so Twitter was fucking like just trending. Tony Bennett, heart attack, Tony Bennett, Tony Bennett. Tony Bennett, the singer, who's like 80 and getting a little, he tweets, "Everybody, I'm out there as a horse. Don't believe what you hear." It's like,
Hell, they're all
Oh man.
had like 30,000 retweets. Because it's just so funny. Like, nobody's talking about it. There's another Tony Bennett.
Don't worry about that guy. I'm
So
out there.
4 days later, he tweet when Frank Sinatra Jr. dies. When Frank Sinatra Jr. died, his next tweet, like 4 days later, is, "My heart goes out to the Sinatra family and the death of Frank Jr." Like 11 retweets. "Hey, everybody, I'm fine. Hey, box out now."
Because wasn't Tony Bennett doing stuff with Lady Gaga? You
Yeah,
know
they
that?
did the duet.
His
Yeah.
voice is just unbelievable still at 90.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't.
He's like, nah.
It wasn't bad, but then when it was next to Lady Gaga, it was like a powerhouse. Have you heard them sing together?
No.
It's interesting.
Really?
I mean, it's a good dance.
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
they
He does
definitely-
kind of like the talk sing.
Yeah, he's like, hit it, honey.
"Let me put a nickel in the machine." Nickel, oh my God.
That's not,
And then she's just hitting the notes. He's like, yeah, there it is.
She's a
Sugar.
good actress.
Amy
too.
Winehouse
yeah.
was trying to sing with him.
How's she doing?
And she's so you didn't hear, but bring up the article on her.
Tony Bennett.
No, she just couldn't. She kept quitting. She kept stopping. I'm not good.
No, she was so nervous, but they killed it
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
They did well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amy
he said
Winehouse.
he was sorry he didn't tell her how important she was.
I don't think that would've saved her.
Tony Bennett really killed Amy Winehouse by not saying that.
Yeah, it's the reason.
Yeah.
You were in Denver. You did all the morning shows.
Yeah, I did.
Denver has
Willie
good
B.
morning shows.
Willie
The
B's
best.
Great.
Yeah.
Lewis and Kathy, they're great. And it's just good people, man. I love those.
KBP.
Rick Lewis is
Yeah.
Rick Lewis is a solid guy. Like, they'll have you on. They'll stretch the clock.
Oh,
Like,
dude.
they'll let
He's
you
like
go.
a guy's guy, like
yeah.
cars.
He's a boxer.
Yeah.
He has he like takes fights. Like, he's a
Really?
boxer. Yeah.
I never talked to him about that.
Hey, he doesn't like you.
What? He's a
I'm
big
sorry,
kid. He's a big guy. He's a big sort of
Got a crooked
tall. But Matt McChesney is I was watching video. of
McChesney?
Matt, yeah. He teaches college and high school kids, and
Yep, to get him ready for
oh,
college.
yeah, and he gets them ready. Like it's like
He's intense.
yeah,
Teaches him what?
football.
Oh.
Get your fucking
Yeah,
your
he's
fucking
intense.
arm down there. He
Yeah,
puts
he's
it on.
good.
Lay some pads on somebody. Got this.
Jesus.
You know, I when you know this, like, because I was out of show business for a couple years.
Sure.
You look at my IMDb page, it goes from like movies with Forrest Whitaker and Al Pacino, and then all of a sudden it's like nothing, talking dog movie.
I did one of those.
But I'm not a lead dog. I'm like the salesman at Chewy Vuitton. Or I work at Bark Williams. So I was out. That's what my point.
Boy,
So
it
when
took some time off.
I came back into stand up after like rehab and all that, maybe not such great cities like that.
Yeah.
I wasn't thrilled about. It's pretty humbling. But we're like the first show's at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
5:30 p.m. People are eating
I want to
salads.
kill
with-
myself. I want to kill myself though.
You
when
do
that-
I did a morning show, and I did the TV
Yeah.
gets dicey, and I did I think it was Grand Rapids. I did the morning Good Morning Grand Rapids, and I went on after a blind girl hit a free throw, and they had somebody with a big long stick. Somebody had a big long stick, and they're tapping the backboard so she could like hone in on it.
Like a bat.
like a bad sonar location.
She hit it. She drained it. And the crowd goes nuts. And they're like, so we're here with Jay Mohr. I'm like, what?
The fuck am I gonna follow that?
I've
Should
never
have been like,
Right?
I miss the old days when you just had to follow somebody making an omelet. Yeah. All those morning TV shows
Blind
like,
girl hit
whoa.
the fucking 3-pointer.
so when you do some of those morning TV shows, like, how are you guys keeping the lights on? Like, you look around, you're like, who's watching?
or how do you
this?
do it in the first place? Like that's
But also, they're the same everywhere you go. It's like, hey, I'm sitting here with Jay Mohr. How you feeling, man?
It's
And
like the weather guy just walks over from the green screen and goes, okay, ready?
oh god, yeah.
or they've done no research. Like, we got Jay Mohr, Jerry Maguire. That must have been fun, huh? You're all.
Any pranks on set? What are the pranks like? Well, one time I took a shit in Tom Cruise's mouth.
That Cuba Gooding Jr. ever grab you? You know, it's like, what
I
the
heard he's actually Dominican. Are there any rumors?
Did you get to know Tom Cruise at all or no?
He was great.
He's great, right?
That fucking wattage.
Yeah.
My dad said to me, Tom Cruise is the greatest like man you'll ever meet in your life. He's like Dale Carnegie, like it's nuts. And my dad raced in the same races as Tom Cruise.
Oh yeah, you told us this, and then when you saw me, brought it up.
So thank God.
I was trying to help you. Yeah,
thank you.
Trying to help you. Yeah, you didn't like the comments before.
I only have like 14 stories.
It's just a loop.
On a loop.
Yeah,
On a loop.
it's just it's a lazy
Just
Susan.
get super quiet. By the way, I got caught in a hailstorm for.
It was bad out there in Denver.
I couldn't.
Hey,
but by the way,
we ran out of stuff to talk about.
no, I couldn't
We're
believe.
talking
No,
about weather.
no, I was just thinking about this.
Weather
No, I was thinking about this because your car gets destroyed. I didn't know that
in Denver. Yeah,
How the fuck? But that's insane.
There's hail and
You know what,
shit.
Brian?
I'm
Some
driving back
Some
from the
people might
airport.
call this the sin of banality. You know.
Well, that's true. But I mean, when your
Hail,
windows get like this big, when
Yeah,
your
Jay's
windows
house got
get
hit by a tornado. They had hail,
my
tornado.
And he's got a convertible.
yeah.
my
Anyway.
ex-wife's parents, a tree fell in their house. Fucking nuts, man. That's no joke.
Wait, there was a hailstorm. Would you drive to Denver?
Well, I drove back from the airport and it started raining, and all of a sudden, I swear to God, the car started going boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And the guy goes, "This is gonna fuck my car up." And I'm like, "Are you kidding me right now?" And then you get caught out there. A bunch of people got killed, didn't they?
I wouldn't say a
just recently.
bunch.
How many people?
You gotta be a special lady.
Injured.
You gotta be a special lady to get killed
Look
by
that
hail.
up. A bunch of people there was at a concert. Like
By hail?
Yes. Like,
I mean, I've been hit with like golf ball size hail, and it fucking hurts.
oof.
But for it to kill you, you gotta be a real pussy.
List of costly or
Colorado amphitheater, this one?
Right there.
Injures nearly 100.
Look at that. Oh. Well, it's injures 100.
Yeah, injured.
Because when they're big like that,
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
it's
non-life
like,
threatening.
it was probably more from getting trampled as people were running.
No, nobody died, Brian. I know you want someone to die there.
Wait,
three people died in Texas. Tennis ball sized hailstorm.
Jeez.
Oh, that's a serious.
It hurts.
It blows out your. Willie B was saying his car was out there and
Oh, it
all the
destroys
windows
it.
got
destroys
blown
it.
out.
I mean, it's rare it happens like
Yeah.
that, but it happened when I was in college. But yeah, you get caught in that hail. I mean, it fucking hurts. Feels like just BB guns.
Yeah.
How's the weather where you're at, Jay?
Well, it's folding rectangles.
Hey,
By the way, only 3 people have been known to be killed by hailstones. So if you get killed by hail, you're an asshole.
that's what I'm saying. You'll be real.
I mean, in 1930, babies are really easy to kill.
That's terrible.
Unfortunately.
I mean, if you're like old in a wheelchair and you just get stuck out there, I can see it lighten you up. But
it's going to happen eventually.
just grab your jacket and put it over your head and
Right.
you're fine. Yeah, you're gonna survive.
Right.
He says there the highest hailstorm death year on record was 1888.
Holy shit.
All right, well, that's great. That's like you fucking go to Florida and
We
there's
go to the
always
store.
some
You guys
story.
want anything? Is that my Uber?
No, hold on, we'll talk. Well, let's shift it to snakebite. Yeah.
Your energy was good today because the Lakers signed the Great White Hype, our boy Reeves.
Austin Reeves.
Well, this is me pretending I know.
Yeah, he doesn't know. He doesn't follow basketball.
we're gonna sign him no matter
Austin
what.
Reeves he's the white dude on the Lakers, like the only white dude, and he's a ball in the playoffs. He was a ball.
That's all Brian needs to know.
Yeah,
A white guy.
Yeah, I don't buy his jersey now.
I'm an athlete, guys.
Baller, but I thought he was gonna leave because you see some of the contracts that they're offering.
No, because they had the right to match. It was restricted.
I know. I'm just saying. Don't get me wrong. He's a baller, but you're not gonna pay him 120 million.
Yeah,
you know, like some of these guys were getting.
They would have paid him whatever it was.
Oh man, I bet that
Whatever
hurts.
it was, they would have matched
They
it.
would match it.
Because he's a generational talent, or at least a generational like box office talent. Like people love watching this guy play.
Really?
He's really good.
He's just a fucking grinder.
What, like,
But it's hard to say.
like
like-
scrappy? He's a scrappy fuck, or what is he?
Yeah, and he always gets contact. He's always at the free
fucking
throw
shoot. He
line.
can shoot.
And he had it's when you make the threes too.
Yes.
Like if your 3 percentage is good, that's great. But if you're making threes again in a playoff
He's
game
clutch.
and it's from half court at the buzzer to put you up 11, it's like, damn, I love this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a real
So
plus.
his mom sat right behind me at one of the playoff games, and I was like, why does he keep looking? I didn't realize it, but I'm like, why does he keep looking over here? So after he made a big play, he looked over at his mom.
Oh,
And I was like, this is like, I just want to, that's all any of us, everything that's wrong with us or good with us,
Yeah.
it all goes back to the living room as a kid.
100%.
I just want you to
Trying to
look at
show
me. That's
off.
why I'm
Yeah.
doing, that's why I'm
Pay
dancing
attention.
in front of the TV.
That's exactly right.
And like, he'd hit a 3 and he'd be like going to the free throw line. He's like,
He's a mom.
one time we're at a
That's
Lakers
so
game
cool.
and my son, so he guess he's like 2, he was 10, and Rajon Rondo, who looks kind of like a gargoyle anyway.
Yeah.
he just keeps looking at my son going, like doing gang signs. And my son starts crying like, why is Rondo keep looking at me? And we're all like, man, I don't know. Like Rajon Rondo's like really mad dogging my son. His parents were sitting right behind there was like 11
all his
Rondos,
people,
like
yeah.
3 rows behind
What does
me.
he look like?
Rondo.
Franklin the
He
Turtle.
looks like he should be outside like the St. Regis in Manhattan, about the 4th floor looking down at traffic.
That's Franklin the Turtle.
Wow.
He's a Celtic for a while. He's a good player.
There he is with his head on crooked.
What position does the other guy play? Reeves. Is he guard?
He's a guard.
Guard, yeah. But it's where do you see the money some of these free agents are getting? You're like, I guess that dude's worth 100 mil, 3-year 100 mil.
Dude, I
People
remember
getting paid nuts.
I
Because
remember-
like
look.
salary cap's got like the evolution of.
Why is that?
like
Well, it's like
PE
that
deals.
LaMelo Ball signed a deal. It was like 3 years. I forget what, 200 million. 4 years, 200 million. But they showed he'll make more in those 4 years than Jordan made his entire career. Now it's different, like obviously inflation stuff like
Yeah.
that. It's just that there's more money in the game now.
But it's
just
also-
people compare it to that.
yeah, but in 4 years, that's going to be a middle of the pack contract.
Correct.
Because that happened with Mike Conley when he signed a massive contract with, I guess it was the Jazz. I was like, God, how do you pay that guy that much? And like 3 years go by and he's just in the middle of the pack.
Well, that's like
The salary cap goes up. there's
That's like
more-
Stephen A. Smith when Pat McAfee signed with ESPN recently. Everyone's like, man, he's making so much more money than you. And he's like, this is a good thing. He's like, this is good. This is great. He goes, he goes, my contract ends at the end of this year. Now I know what I have, now I know.
No, I know.
Now I know, yeah.
I like, how about ESPN lays off like 440 people, but they give this guy $110 million?
Pat McAfee, and he's getting so much hate
Why did
for it.
ESPN lay off all those people? 21 people on air talent.
I don't know.
No one's paying attention when you go woke, you go broke.
Is that what it is?
Oh, yeah. Because it started going away from sports, and it was
Yeah.
like all this weird political
Right,
stuff.
right.
They started diving into that. The
People
Black
just stopped-
Lives Matter. Like,
people stopped
whoa,
watching.
I'm trying to see if the Yankees beat the Red Sox. Why are you
They did
pushing me on
a poll.
Colin Kaepernick
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now?
They did a poll on the affirmative action thing when the Supreme Court, overturned that. The media's going crazy, right? Michelle Obama and everybody. But the majority of Americans, black, brown, white, Asian, all are against race-based.
Correct.
Yeah. It's just interesting.
And Bryan's talked to them all.
I have, according to polls.
Yeah,
I got people who say this is the
But
way-
ESPN, like, they let go of like Jalen Rose, Mike Van Gundy, like all these people. It's like,
What are you going to do?
who's what? Yeah, it's,
Doesn't matter, right?
Who cares?
Yeah.
yeah. Shit happens, man.
You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah, I'm with you.
like we've been through the barrel. We've gotten fucking timeouts.
Yeah, I'm in it now. Yeah,
Right.
it's like, what are you gonna do,
Bro.
And at the end of the day, nobody cares.
No.
Yeah, but also
Just
we
they
live
wait
in
for
a,
the next guy to jump on.
We,
Yeah.
we live in a truly capitalistic, market-driven economy. I'm talking about comics and actors. Like, there's nobody's coming to help you. There's no bailout. There's nothing. It's either you or we'll see you later. Like,
Yeah.
you either put butts in the seat or not, and nobody can really. It's interesting. Like, a lot of people don't live that way.
It's where our whole existence is subjective. Our entire career is whether or not other people like us and go. Fuck. Like nobody has that.
Just
Like,
that.
like these guys said it. Like they're funny guys, right? But they just there's a task. They complete the task. You go, okay, cool. Like they know they completed the task.
Yeah.
Like if I'm a clerk, I put these things away, and then I go over here, and then I write this report, and then I hand it to that guy. That's just how it's just a machine. It's just a hive that goes. Our whole thing is whether or not strangers, hundreds at a time, are like, he was like euphoric.
And you have to get their attention to begin with, so they come to see you.
Right now.
That's
Yeah.
why I open with a joke.
Always.
Oh,
my
it's always
Instagram
that.
opens
Off
with
the
a joke
bat.
every
I'm
day.
so fucking proud of that joke just now.
I'll take it.
I'm so proud of that fucking joke I just told.
But then now as a comic or even in podcasts, like it's a deep pool now. Like you're competing with so much.
Yeah, but
And
most
then
of
you're
it's
also-
garbage.
Yeah,
of it's garbage.
Yeah,
Like,
but
you guys are great.
Some of the garbage people deal with, and it's going. I don't have resentment or hate at anyone. Like I'll see something like, oh, that's insane. That dude's
Every
doing
comic on Instagram is doing crowd work.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? What's
They don't wanna
is that
waste
your
the
new? Is that your new stuff?
Well,
don't
there are
wanna
two
waste
people
their
that made
material.
it work, so people copy it. So Matt Rife is really great at it, and
He's
Andrew
new.
Schultz
though.
was great.
No.
But people
Matt-
follow
Matt
that.
Rife is new. You can't say Matt. Matt Rife just got on as far
Yeah.
as big, but he's got famous.
Every time
from
you guys
that.
say Matt Rife, it sounds like you're making fun of Asians.
Oh, Matt Rife.
Oh, my right.
He's Matt Rife.
I pronounce it in Mandarin.
Matt Rife.
Schultz, you've been doing for years.
Yeah,
years.
but I'm saying
That's like 6
There are
months
two
now.
stark examples, but most, and then everybody copies that. But two people that really made it work for themselves.
Has anybody ever like gotten a deal doing crowd work?
The answer is, I believe, no.
Wait, hold
there
on,
are people
define
that had
deal. Define deal as far as selling that like from Live Nation for touring. Yeah, I know some people.
You don't get a deal to like you get
No,
paid per
touring, but deals as in,
Oh.
I
I gotta get out of this fucking business.
if crowd work helps you
all my
sell
opening
crazy
acts
tickets.
all my opening acts are selling out arenas now.
It's whatever you. It's whatever whatever it is.
Yeah, I've
it
never
doesn't
been able-
matter.
I've never been able to really turn.
I'm in Appleton.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not anymore.
not anymore. Yeah, but then also you're
I
fighting.
like that club, actually.
Yeah, it's not a bad club. But then you're fighting the demon of YouTube too. That Rogan called it, but it was just like when he went out and he's like, "You guys need to get out. It's only gonna get worse." I'm like, I get that, but we're not YouTube. So if we jump, we lose the fan base. Like we're not
When you get out of what? YouTube?
YouTube because YouTube censoring it. Like if we cuss early on this it's suppressed. So the freedom of speech on YouTube is no longer like Tim Dillon pulled
Except
his
for in the
off YouTube.
comments.
He did?
Yeah, a lot of people get like.
Wait, why? Why?
Because they're suppressing everything. He'll talk about
Who are you talking about? Are you
Tim
talk-
Dillon.
Okay.
Matt, stud.
And so
crushed it.
because of the way he talks about it, they suppress it?
Well, whatever. If he cuss, he said something they don't like, it's boom.
Well, I don't think just because Tim Dillon doesn't like black people, they should take him off of YouTube.
Yeah.
I think that's a stretch.
I mean, where's his First Amendment right?
But it's like, dude, have you heard of 85 South? It's 3 comics. They tour together. They do arenas now. They're massive. But early on,
Are they 3 black guys?
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
which gave that away,
Chico-
85 South.
Chico Bean.
But yeah,
Chico Bean?
DJ
Carlos
Youngfly.
Miller,
Yeah,
DC
DJ
Youngfly.
DC Youngfly. But what they did early on is they said they would meet with YouTube because one of their videos would do whatever 1 million views. Next one do 60,000 views. Or for 3 months they would do like they would be getting $60,000 a month. And the next month they would get 10,000. And they're like, oh, you can't run a business like this.
Right.
It's up to their discretion.
No.
And you know how it is. Like I argue with YouTube all the time. When you go to them, they don't give you any explanation. Like, nope, we just don't agree with it. But tell us why. Like, nope, sorry. So what they did is built their own platform. Like, cool,
Really?
we're out. We're gonna we'll put a highlight on YouTube and still have our page. But now everyone has to come over here. We're doing it
Are
ourselves.
they on Rumble or they're just
No,
they
no,
built
they
their own?
create-
MySpace.
MySpace.
What are the guys' names? Sound like you were calling in an airstrike or something.
85 South. Yeah.
And what are the guys' names?
DC
Carlos
Youngfly.
Miller, Chico
85
Chico
South,
Bean.
DC Young Fly.
Clear.
Who else?
It's a go.
PBR Street Gang, this is Mother Goose, 85 South, DC Young Fly. All your remaining firepower within my compound.
They're massive though. Massive.
That's 3 guys, DC Young Guy.
Yeah.
Did you
What are their names? I'm really asking.
Carlos Miller, Chico
Where
Bean.
the fuck are your eyes?
Chico Bean?
Holy fuck. Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't have them,
It's in
huh?
the Black Hole Sun video. Wow.
Yeah.
Are you a demon?
He can see
I'm
you.
his
though.
offspring.
Yeah, he can't. Yeah, he can't see.
Are you guys related?
No.
Hey, it takes all kinds, you know? Who knows?
Just being observational,
What were
guys.
you gonna say, B?
DC Young Boy.
Young Fly. Chico Bean.
There's 2 DCs.
No, there's DC
Young Fly.
Young Fly. That's one guy.
Chico
DC
Bean.
Young Fly.
His wife just passed. Or his girlfriend just passed away. So there's DC Young Fly, Chico Bean, who's like the brains of the operation,
And Carlos Miller.
yeah, and Carlos Miller. There's
need-
3
I need
comics
a-
that go on
Carlos
stage.
Miller needs a cooler name.
I need a name.
You got a
I need
Chico
cool
Bean, you're going
name.
to roll him. You need a cool
Yeah,
name?
give me a cool name.
I feel like we're past
Crossface.
that though.
Crossface.
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 Crossface killer.
Near side cradle.
Crossface.
I like Rinks.
What?
Wrinkles. Rinks.
For him?
Yeah, Rinks.
No, but I need something fly.
Rinks. It's a good clown name.
Right? Rinks. B, let's take a little break from chatting with our good buddy Jay Mohr. One of the best, dude.
One of the best to do it.
Because we're here to talk about nuts.
Look,
we love macadamia nuts.
House
dude.
of Macadamia is how you get macadamia nuts that don't break your bank. They have
They're
the
not just
best-
for Jeff Bezos
They have
anymore.
the best macadamia nuts on the market. They come from South Africa. They work with farmers. And macadamia oil, just so you know, has even more monosaturated fat than olive oil. They've got rare omega-7 fatty acids. They are, by many people's standards, the most healthy nut They're definitely the best. They're the most
Best
delicious.
tasting.
They're delicious.
And these white chocolate flavored, the dip
Those are
macadamias.
stupid.
Oh my god!
And they're
dude.
not too much sugar.
Find a better nut, dude. Find a better
they're
nut
also
in your
low
mouth.
in sugar, and you don't even realize it.
Yep.
So you can just keep eating.
And they're farmer owned. That's how they make it so cheap for you guys. So you don't have to be just the rich to be eating macadamias in your mouth.
You can eat like an aristocrat, but you don't have to pay.
House of
through the nose.
Macadamia's range of products from hand sorted nuts with savory, all natural flavors, dipped in sugar-free chocolate. I like the regular chocolate, but these are the white chocolate. They got the raspberry chocolate. They got the hand sorted nuts. They got the macadamia bars, the creamy nut butters. They got extra virgin macadamia oil.
Yep.
What? And they're giving you guys a discount. House
What?
of Macadamia's.
They never run discounts.
Yeah, dude. Very special deal. All right. It's July 4th. Let's get weird.
Oh.
For limited time, they're gifting you a free box of 45% macadamia snack bars, one of each flavor, the variety pack. When you visit houseofmacadamias.com/TFAK, you get 20% off your entire order plus the snack bars variety pack. That's houseofmacadamias.com/TFAK.
We're back, guys.
I think we're too old for nicknames at this point.
I think so too.
And that's when, we found the body. So
Right, that's right. And I remember weeping over the holes. I too old to get a tattoo as well. I think there's nothing I would get.
Hey, this might be a hot take, and I'm not a Biden fan in any facet, but Hunter Biden looks pretty fun to hang out with.
He does.
I'm just going to go on record. This guy looks like he's a blast. Back in the day when I was wild,
Yes.
it looks like he'd been a good co-pilot.
Yeah. He.
Driving 107 miles an hour down Vegas highway on meth in a fucking crew.
how do you fuck up that headline with a photo of 172 circled in red and the headline says 175?
175, yeah.
What fucking outlet is
You're
it?
right,
Why do I curse so much?
Wow, though.
And he's in a turbo
What the
Porsche going
fuck?
107 miles an hour on meth.
Are you out of your mind?
He's good.
That's
wow.
amazing.
And there's a hooker in the car. I'm just saying, I don't condone what he's doing, but it seems like a fun time back in the day.
That's impressive.
Why not condone it? Who gives a shit?
Yeah, you're right.
Well, because he'd kill other people, I guess, driving
Look
the
at him.
fast, right?
Look at him.
He's all cracked out right there.
Yeah, he
God
is.
damn. He's
I-
got
great
baby
teeth.
shoes in his mouth. Look
Yeah,
at
I
those
was gonna
fucking
say,
teeth.
great teeth.
Never take the first white on the color chart at the dentist's office.
No.
You look like Audrina Partridge for the rest of your life. Like, just move a couple down and get like the off-white.
It's too obvious. Yeah,
Yeah, you're like, hey, everybody.
Yeah, that white. That's too. That's.
But the stuff come back out on him is nuts. So then he got a slap on the wrist, right?
Yeah.
Where most people go away for like 6
Kodak
years.
Black went away for 3 years.
Yeah.
Well,
but then they leaked his WhatsApp text, and now he's kind of fucked.
What do you mean?
Because there's more stuff in that. Him talking to the Chinese government, threatening
Oh, yeah.
for 10 million. They deposit the 10 million in the bank account.
Crack don't pay for itself, baby.
That boy is wild.
He did some shit.
Hey, this is the other thing though. Like I kind of understand some of it. Like, let's say you were like, a big time in the government, you would take care of your boys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I understand Hunter Biden has no business being, the middleman with Ukraine and China, but it's your boy. We gotta give him a job. We gotta wet his beak a little bit.
Here's the rub. It's like, so you're the vice president's son. Your dad has nothing to do. He could just never talk to you. What happens is those fucking companies from Ukraine, China, wherever they might be, they come to you. And they say, we'd love to give you a job. We want to pay you $1 million.
Great.
To sit on our board. We just want you to
Okay,
advise.
I accept.
Now you have no experience in the oil business or whatever.
yeah.
You're not going to say no.
No, I
You're
accept.
going to go. You want to fly me first class to have a meeting and then just put me on a payroll?
And you're Hunter Biden?
Can you give me 1.5 million?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'll do it.
And with bonuses if we
I'll
do
do
well.
it. I'll do
so
it.
he's smoking. He's got hookers. He's getting paid. His dad could have done nothing, but they obviously there's a pay to play. Obviously, they wanted to say some things, or at least just get Biden's attention. And there's going to be corruption, but
Well, the corruption too.
he's going to do it.
Yeah, but when it starts influencing the dad too, and the dad's receiving money,
Well, his dad in that situation would probably, if his dad was smart to save himself future trouble, his father would say, "Don't do this. They're doing it because I'm." But we all know this. Like this Clinton Foundation, the minute Hillary Clinton lost the presidential election, all funding dried up. Nobody was giving money to the foundation
because there's no favors to be given back.
But before
why would
that,
you?
So what do they think,
Because
like-
countries like Saudi Arabia were giving.
No, I know.
money.
I'm saying, but why? If she lost, why
That's
would
what I'm
she?
saying.
They're
But it was obviously that proved that it was a slush fund.
Of course.
That proved that it was all
Yeah.
fucking bullshit.
But that's across the board how it goes.
So what's the hope? Like the Chinese oligarch, the word oligarch, I don't even know what it means. What do you think? The Chinese oligarch,
Yeah.
like their hope is that Hunter Biden at Thanksgiving goes, Dad, you know what? You should really talk to Duck Son.
Yes, that is the case.
And Dad goes, oh. And he just goes in the fucking
He's like,
boat. He goes down to the boathouse and goes, Duck Son?
Yeah.
My son said you're a nice guy.
Yeah, I just wanted to know if, like, oh.
Well, no, more that if there's a contract and they want,
To pass. To
that
get
there's
it
political,
pushed.
there could be a political push or just a nod in that direction. That's how
Bunch
you
of
do business.
fucking crooks, all of them.
Yeah.
You know, I was listening. I listen to radio in the car all the time. Like, I like talk radio.
Me too.
And I'll listen to like the right wing talk radio. There isn't really a lot of left wing. I don't. Maybe you'll let me know in the comments. But the right wing, they always go like, "Well, people say Trump did this, but Biden did that earlier." And it's like, well, then why isn't your show all of these people suck?
Yeah.
Like, why are you picking a side on this?
Because they
two-lane
play for that
highway?
team, though.
If the whole highway is fucking in need of repair,
Correct.
take your thoughts off the air.
It's exactly right, though. That's where Washington becomes an economy of influence. So there's no difference, after all, between Democrats and Republicans. It's just about being in a position where you can help someone out, and that's when There's a great book, and he says there's one line in it. He said,
Write
"You know
this
you
down.
have a
Write this
problem.
down. Write it
You know
down.
you have a problem when good people must behave corruptly to survive, and that's what you get in
What book is it,
Washington.
though? What book
You
is it?
didn't say what book.
It's called Republic Lost by Lawrence Lessig, and he's a constitutional scholar out of
The Cocktail
Harvard.
says the people get the government they deserve, right?
Yes, but we have lost. He says we are losing our republic as long as you got major problems for Americans and Congress is spending most of their time doing what? Arguing about swipe fees for banks because that's who gets them elected. And if you're a congressman, you spend 60% of your time off campus, meaning off government
our
grounds
boy,
raising funds.
our boy,
she's on a roll.
I know. I was trying to get us out of it, but our boy Robert F. Kennedy, he had a lot of momentum, and boy, did you forget he's a Democrat. Boy, did he fuck up. He lost a lot of the momentum because he's like, and also I want to take away guns. Americans went, oh,
Well,
joink.
I sent you that article on him. Did you?
I didn't read it.
Oh,
No,
Interesting.
I saw who made it, and I was like, I'm gonna pass.
You know
Oh,
what
that's
party I vote for down ballot? Block Party.
Block party is what I'm talking about, bro.
Remember whatever happened to block parties when you were a kid? They close off the
You
street.
close off the street,
All the adults are day drinking.
bouncy house.
You always have
Abbott
that
Kennedy
really.
does that.
You have your really good jump on your bicycle. You jump your friends. Kids would line up on the ground. Like, you never want to be the kid on the end.
No.
That's
And then
the
I
best.
remember we had this guy, Stevie, lived down the street. He had Down syndrome, and we would make him chase us, and we'd go in. We'd go in the back door of my house, and we'd run out the front door of my house, and we'd stand in the driveway and just watch him run back and forth in my house. Like, that was good time.
It was a good time.
That's good
Well, it's
times.
like tomorrow's July 4th.
That's good times.
Like our kids don't
Run
know
away.
July 4th.
And then stand very still
Yeah.
so he doesn't see it.
He used to pick us up by our balls.
He was so strong, right?
I think that's a myth.
It's like scarring. Like, I think it affected my erections and like my whole area for the rest of my life. Because like, I mean, it was like many times a year. He'd come home from like
times a
his
year.
schooling. He went to school like somewhere else, right? And when he was home, he knew how to whistle really good. And he would whistle like, and we
grab
would
your
hear
nuts.
it. And we would fucking just like hide, like we'd run into the woods, but he would
He's going
always
after your
fucking
nuts?
find us. He was like the Terminator.
Honing
And I
instinct.
remember once we were under Todd Pfeiffer's couch in his basement, like his parents had a bar with like leather couches, and there was like a TV stand, but it was closed. Like you couldn't see in there. Like it was closed.
He
So we'd go under the
sniffed
couch
you
and we
out.
went on. It was like an L. Okay, it was an L couch, and there was a TV stand here or a coffee table, but it was closed here. So we crawled under the couch and we went under where the TV thing was, the coffee table was. Like you couldn't see us. And I remember we were just under there, and we just hear footsteps coming downstairs. Like he lived down the fucking street, and he walked inside Todd Pfeiffer's house, went into the basement, and just reached in and whoa,
By
just
the
dragged
nuts?
us out by our dicks, like ah, and then he just would go home.
Was he older than you guys?
Yeah.
It sounds like Stevie molested you guys, dude.
Yeah, you maybe. That's why I didn't say his last name.
That's assault, brother. You know,
It was weird.
Stevie.
Like my nuts hurt now, literally,
Yeah,
like
man.
talking about it.
In Denver, there was an advertisement, huge advertisement that said it had one guy, famous guy, I can't remember, and I think it was a baseball player, and then it had a somebody with Down syndrome.
Another baseball player.
And it said, yes, and it said, Down syndrome people have just as much a right to a job and a good way of life. And it's like, well, I know.
Well, yeah.
I'm not
saying
who the
kill
fuck
them.
is saying who the fuck is saying they don't?
I mean, I don't want to fly
what
my
is
plane.
your advertisement
I don't
saying?
want to fly my plane,
Yeah.
but you can serve the penis.
Yeah, because I've always railed against them having any kind of dignity and having like a right to it.
I don't know anybody who's like, we
Fuck
need
you
to get
talking-
rid of these Down
Yeah,
syndrome
we
women.
can't have them having anything.
That's not a sexy lobby.
No, it's like, all right, yeah, we agree.
But why is it nice to professional baseball players?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
hold on, are you saying you want that Stevie kid to throw curveballs
Right.
for the Colorado
Is
Rockies?
it next to the office that's against slavery too?
Yeah.
Is that you guys share an office? You guys anti-slavery too?
Someone should just take
People have a
spray
right to
paint.
freedom.
Someone should just take spray paint and go, no shit. Yeah, of course, man. What a waste of money.
Yeah, I just that kind of shit drives me fucking nuts. You know.
But it's all back to the block parties. There's not many block parties. And also July 4th, when I was a kid, my dad used to take us to the fireworks, like the tents they put up.
Yeah.
You grab the basket, put on all those dope like Black Cats and M80s. Now, my kids have never launched a firework.
Do you know I grew up overseas and I never have anything to relate to when people talk about their
Where'd you
childhood.
grow up
in this country.
overseas?
I didn't move here till I was 14. But it's funny
Where?
when people say, remember I
you
didn't
say?
grow up on a block ever.
He grew up here at
I was born in the
14.
Philippines, and then we moved to India, Calcutta, and Bombay, and then
big house.
and then Lebanon, and then Pakistan, then Lebanon again, and the war
Pakistan.
broke out, and we were stuck
They had
there
a lot
for a
of
while,
slaves.
and then we got evacuated to Greece, and then Saudi Arabia.
How did I not
And
know
I was
this about you?
14 years old, I went to boarding school.
That's why it's so weird.
My parents stayed in Saudi Arabia, and I had to go away to boarding school when I was 14.
That's why I didn't connect with anybody, man.
Yeah.
You know this.
That's why I'm
I thought
dead.
he was a serial killer. Nah, dude.
That's why I'm
just
dead
fucked up
behind the
childhood.
eyes.
He'd be a great serial killer.
I had to break. I had to not get attached to people. That's why I'm a really.
Don't.
good
Why are
guy.
you doing this character of the guy that's like almost a serial killer talking to us right now?
Just
Yeah,
the
just
guy
act
who's really-
normal.
I am normal. I'm really happy to be here.
Blink. Blink your fucking eyes, creep.
Creep.
Blink.
Okay.
There you go.
So as a kid though, even
Guy
when
who's not a blink.
be,
His timing's off.
be even when you were 14, no fireworks in New York, nothing.
No.
You've never seen a firework?
I mean, what I'm
You gotta
saying,
start living,
I
dude.
didn't grow up with TV. People don't realize like what we had to do with TV back then was they would tape the shows on video and then they would send them. We had Betamax.
But you grew up normal, right, with fireworks and shit.
Yeah, you know what I remember about
Like
fireworks as a
M80s?
kid is like it was just at the high school football field, and we just walked over. We laid on a blanket. Now it's like you got to drive to fucking Malibu
Gotta
or
go
like
Ojai.
Hidden Hills or
Yeah.
Ojai, and you got it's like parking. Good luck.
I know.
Well, it's also because the fires. Because so many fires. That's why they made them all illegal, because all the
right.
fires.
Oh, illegality never entered in my mind. It's just a pain in the ass.
I set
know.
me and my brother were launching those smoke bombs at each other. I set our fucking bush on fire. My dad was out there with a hose and shit.
fuck.
It's all good, baby.
You know what they say is when
It's
there's-
all good, baby.
It's all
Hey, Dad,
good.
put that fire. Get the corn.
Don't worry, the
popping.
hail will put it out.
Yeah.
Nice callback. I love
See that?
callbacks.
That's how
It would
good it is.
smother the flame, the hill. We
Yeah,
used to take
that's
the
what
bottle rockets and put them in the end of the wiffle ball bat because on the bottom of the wiffle ball bat there was a little hole.
Yeah.
So you just put them in there and light them, and you just hold the wiffle ball
You
out.
shoot at each other, right?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
See, what I
Ever have rock fights?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
What I didn't grow up with, what's awesome about being American is you grow up in a neighborhood.
Well, we know
and you
already,
know
don't
all
worry.
the kids.
Yeah,
and
don't
you
explain to us
you
how
bike
great
or
it is being
skateboard to
American,
each other's
son of a
houses.
bitch.
You had to grow up when I lived in either apartments
To
in
get the
city.
camel and
Yeah, or you grew up in a compound. It's kind of weird.
Bernie, like caviar and shit. You know? Like,
what you grow up in a
More
yurt?
caviar, Khan. That was our chef's name. Khan, I'll have more caviar, please.
God, so was your dad like in the CIA or
He was a banker.
you're not buying that, right?
banker?
Too smart for that.
What, that his dad was a banker?
Yeah, man. No
Where's
one's
my
buying
camera?
that. No one's buying that.
He worked in a bank. Ask me which bank.
Because bankers
Which bank
fly
was that?
all over.
The one over there.
I had a spy on my podcast, Pete Turner. He's got a podcast now, the Break It Down show with Pete Turner.
He talks about spying.
And I said, so like, what's your actual job title? He goes, I fill gaps. Then like, I go, all right. And then like, I did like the soft play, you know. And then like, I was like 11 minutes go by. I go, so like, what's your job title? He goes, I work in phonetic space. And then I got him to say, and
Frenetic
then finally I got him.
That's a great answer.
The closest I got him was, I watch people that watch us.
Whoa.
That's good too. I had a
But
guy,
is he active like right now?
Who knows?
when I was
What's
in
he gonna tell you?
when I was in fucking
I'll give you his number. He's a great guy.
No, I
Did
don't.
you
I
ever-
want those.
No, you should have him
bombs.
on.
I'd love to. You ever do USO tour?
No, I'd love to.
So I did this USO
Me too.
tour, and
Just to ride in a helicopter.
me and Dove David, I was just looking for special forces guys. And this one woman, she goes, "If you guys are really into that," she goes, "that guy, those guys over there," and she points to this dude. She goes, "Those guys do stuff. They never wear uniforms. Then they disappear and come back. Those are probably the guys that you'd be interested.
Those are the guys you have
And that's
hard on
all
for.
she said on
Yeah.
it. And then I go, we ended up talking to them, and I go, "What do you do in the military?" And he goes, "This and that." I thought that was so cool.
My ego's too big. I can never give an answer like that.
Oh, never.
I'd be like,
I'd
What do
be
you
the
do for
worst
a
spy
living?
ever.
I just sold out the Comedy
I was
Works.
just-
Oh, I'm a spy. You know, I can probably get you in anywhere. Sucker.
you want me to spy on somebody? I'll do it. I just did it the other day. Whole Hunter Biden stuff. Me.
It was you.
Yeah, I'd be squealing, man.
So how long were you overseas? Like, what am I looking at?
14 years of my life.
No, USO tour, numbnuts.
Oh, 2 years, 2 weeks, 11
2
days.
years, just
between 11 days, between 11 days and 2 years. I can't remember. I think
now you're
total,
talking like a spy.
I think 11 days.
That
Altogether.
went from infinite to finite.
I know.
quickly.
I know. We went
Is
to.
is the USO tour still going on? I remember we were trying to do one like 8 years ago, but
Yeah.
are they still like?
No, it got too dangerous. I wanted to go back every year, and they were like, "It's too dangerous." Because after 2007, they
Tries little
we
Zen,
wanted to go
switch
to
it
the
up.
FOBs, the forward operating bases,
Yes.
and they were like, "No."
If you're gonna do it, right?
That's what I felt.
Go to
like. I was
Ukraine,
like, I wanted to do
bitch.
it.
Like,
I
does it
had
feel like
somebody. I was offered Ukraine. I was offered to go shoot.
Recently?
Yes, I was offered. Didn't I tell you this?
No.
So some retired special forces fellas were going there, and I do that show Best Of where I go to town.
Yeah.
And they said, "Come to Ukraine."
what show is this you do?
It's just a travel show on YouTube
on the
that I shoot
road.
myself. Doesn't
YouTube?
matter, and yeah, it only gets like a
I'm
million.
gonna get a show on the Channel Guide.
No, I won't do it because it's too much travel. But they said to me, they all got together and they said, "Look, man, we will get you." This is how they pitched it. They go, "We'll get you inside Ukraine. You can shoot, and you'll get to talk to the real Ukrainian people and what's going on. We'll get you anywhere you want." And I said, I go. "So how do we do this?" He goes, "So here's what we do. We fly in. I can't tell you where, but it's going to be either a place in Hungary or Poland. And then what we'll do is we'll take a train for about 9 hours, and then we'll take a car for about 8 hours." And I was like, "I'm just not doing that, of course."
Yeah.
Right? Because he said, because the problem is the Russians have spies in those train stations, so they always.
But
look
even
for
if
them
it
like,
was
"They'll
easier,
kill us."
even if it was a direct flight to Ukraine, you're still not doing it.
Correct, sir.
Why
It's
are
like,
you?
hold on, I'm doing a YouTube show.
Yeah,
It risks
why is
my
that
life?
interesting that you're a target?
Because they saw that this guy who was a special forces guy saw my show, my Best
No,
Of
no,
show.
no. I know why you're interesting and why you do a show,
Oh, oh.
but why would you? What's interesting about you to the Russian
Because-
government that they would bother?
No,
you?
it would be the Ukrainians. So here's why. Because number one, these guys are independently getting paid apparently to do things like train the Ukrainian special forces. So they kind of
Which is a
have their
problem.
own side business.
Yeah.
But then the idea would be the Ukrainians would be very interested in getting an American to give them a sympathetic eye, a sort of a sympathetic view on what they go through and what's really happening, so that influences the U.S. government to keep
It gets
funding
it out
going,
there.
keep
So-
funding going.
So what's the problem with that?
That was their motivation to get me to come there.
It's
with the
dangerous though.
camera.
They're getting bombed. Like
I
it's
just
the
don't
middle
feel
of
like
war.
dying that way because it's really dangerous.
Oh, I thought it was like kidnapping or something.
There could be. It could be that Russians get a hold of me spot.
Well, yeah. So the Russians have a vested interest also in making sure that if you're training the Ukrainian special forces,
You're the enemy.
Russians are going to kill you.
Yes.
And those guys are.
Get with that Wagner guy.
Yeah, that guy's.
Go him in Germany.
I've seen Black Fridays that were more effective than this guy's fucking coup.
I know. Right?
They got to like the shopping.
Prigozhin.
They got to the like shopping cart row in the parking lot, and they just fucking.
They're out. He's
Oh,
like,
by the
"Oh,
way,
no."
by the way, you were going to fuck with Putin, huh? Who's been in power for 23 years?
Now
really?
there's a hit out on him. You remember before Putin was like, yeah, it's all good. No. Now it's like, no, dead on arrival.
Correct.
I must
sir.
break you.
Yeah. And by the way, they made a deal with Belarus. The president of Belarus is in power because of Putin. Putin tells the president of Belarus to jump, he jumps. So Prigozhin got in over his skis. When you do that with Putin, you fucking
He's
die.
screwed.
And
But also-
Putin's already taken over Wagner.
Let's all be just back to you going to Ukraine. I know we need uptick in views, but that ain't it.
That ain't it,
That ain't worth it.
That ain't it.
Steve Gorman, drummer for the
Because
Black
that's gonna be the
Crowes.
fighter in the Mohr.
I'll tell that story another time.
Brian's gonna die. You have to fill in for him. Fighter in the Mohr.
You guys
Fighter
are
in the
crushed.
Mohr?
You guys are crushed.
Mohr fighter.
Tell me, what were you going to say?
Steve Gorman from the Black Crowes. They did a corporate show in like St. Petersburg in 1993, 94.
Yeah.
It was like Martha Stewart was there, like Steve Jobs. Maybe some of the names that I'm saying aren't, but that ilk
Magnitude,
of people,
yeah.
and they got paid. Like each guy walked with, and they're like after the show, like let's go get a beer, and they went to a bar and they lasted 2 sips of beer. And Black Crowes, by the way, at the time were all 6'5". All of them are big, tall guys.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, Steve Gorman's a big boy.
You mean the guy who was married to Kate Hudson?
Yeah, and they look like a biker gang. Like they're
Bring
cool
him up,
guys.
Chin. Be great if we had a computer.
And they got like
Tall
2
story.
sips into their drinks, and all like 5, 6, 7 guys were just like, we need to go back to the hotel immediately. Like it was like the fucking Wild West.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Like right
Back
pre
then?
Putin, it was nuts.
Yes.
There's Steve Gorman.
But remember Louis C.K. Right when the UK war launched.
Well, why are you looking it up? Like I'm lying.
Wait, Steve.
What if I was lying?
So
What is it, Steve
They're all
Gorman,
tiny.
5'11"?
They're all tiny.
So Steve, so Black Crowes, I thought that
It says 5'6". That's not true at all.
Well,
That's just not true.
They're massive 5'6".
bring him up. Bring him up. Let me see some pictures.
Yeah, look, like so those guys are out at a bar in Russia, and they're
But
like,
they're super skinny though. I could beat them
not
all
Steve.
up.
Steve's the guy. In the,
I could beat every one of those guys up at the same time.
You could beat pretty much anybody up.
But I mean, come on, look at those guys. They were all drug addicts.
Who cares?
I know.
Good time.
How'd this turn into Black
I know why
Crowes
you being
bash?
mean to him.
I'm not
Black
even a
Crowes
Muay Thai
are
guy. I
great.
would kick them in the legs.
Why are you being mean to him?
No, I
Oh,
love
that's
them.
from Southern
I
Music
love the
Harmony
Black Crowes.
Companion.
I love them, but they don't look tough.
But why would they be tough? They're musicians.
No, he said that
Nobody's
they look
talk-
like a biker gang, and then they had to
I'm
get
just
out of
saying, it's like a.
But they look like they ride
and
on the
there's
back of the
There's
bike.
like 7 of them in a bar, and 2 sips in. You know what, Brian?
it.
You
I'm
wonder
sorry,
why
buddy.
I
I'm
eat.
sorry. No, I apologize. But it's true it's true that Russia back then was fucking dangerous.
But think about Louis C.K.
Gangsters.
What a badass he is. Right when the UK war started, he's supposed to do tours all
Yes.
over Ukraine and Russia. And as they're flying there, they get the call and they're like, "No, you got to turn around." Louis C.K. still wanted to do it. He was on a plane like, "Hey, we still have hopes. We're gonna touch down and figure it out."
Well,
so
if you're on your way.
he was on his way.
I
Just
mean, you're over
you
the.
gotta do
you're
it.
over the North Pole. You've already circled the
You've
globe.
committed.
He was still down to do it. And they're like,
All
"Hey,
right,
man,
Stop
there's
looking up Steve
bombs."
Gorman.
I'm just double checking.
He's definitely not
5'6".
5'6".
They're all
So it says.
6'5". You got your.
I'm sure
they
that's
are.
off by a foot, man.
No, he's not 5'6".
That's off by a foot.
Well, look at my Wikipedia. It says I'm 5'6".
How tall are you?
5'10".
See how tall I am. What does it say about
Oh, let's
me?
see, Jay Moore. 5'9".
Yeah, no, I'm not 5'9".
You're
You're not
5'10", though. So it's off by an inch, dude.
I had an assistant pepper it and make it go up. And I told her to say my dad was a rabbi.
The way to settle this is to just do we
Suck
have
each
a
other's
tape
dicks?
measure? Where's the tape?
We can, yeah, we have.
Get one.
I'm
5'11",
70,
is that
70
right, Brian?
inches.
That's about right.
5'11".
I'm
Almost.
70 inches tall.
What's it say for me?
I'll be over.
You're 70 inches.
I said 6'4".
You're not 5'11".
I'm actually taller than 5'11".
No, you're not.
You want? Well, I'm going to take my shoes off and we're going to.
Front headlock.
6'4".
Look, ranks.
That's about right.
Look at how different your face look, dude. Look at that shit.
Oh my
Before you
God,
had
you look
all
like you
that-
work at Wells Fargo
before you had all that
in
surgery.
Glendale.
I look like we're at Men's Warehouse.
Your nose was so different.
Yeah, until you got smashed into pieces.
You're gonna love the way you look.
You're going to love the way you look.
Why do my parents' names got to be on my Wikipedia page? Like, why do I got to know your mom's
Mine
name
are
is Deborah?
too. I know, it's weird.
Yeah.
Oh, his mom is Deborah Schaub. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Like-
Brenda.
No.
Deborah.
Deborah, man.
Are your parents still
My
alive,
mom?
Brian?
83 and 82.
Great. I remember when my mom died and I had to fly home for the funeral and I get back, everybody goes, "How was the funeral?" I'm like, "Well, DJ was great,
Good food.
but I'm not a Coke guy, so I left early." Wait, how was the fucking funeral? It's sad.
Yeah. So sad.
Everybody asks, how was the funeral? They all ask it.
This was when who died?
My mom.
Your mom. Yeah.
Alzheimer's. That's
epic.
fun.
That's epic.
Who are you again? I'm JJ. I'm your son. Who's that man in the kitchen?
For how
That's
long?
John.
How
That's
long was she that way?
Only 2 years. We got lucky. I took her to
My
swim.
father, my sister got so mad at my dad because he's just eating, like he's just fucking eating at 83.
Brian's dad's big.
He's a pig.
And he's just eating like this, like fucking
I love George.
stuff that doesn't work. And he goes, my sister goes, if your heart could jump out of your chest, it would slap you in the face right now.
He's eating like big
that was
cheesy scalloped potatoes or some shit.
He doesn't give a fuck.
I like that.
He'll eat all the food.
Respect.
You look like Anthony Quinn sometimes.
I know.
People tell you that?
Yep. And
Who's
so
Anthony
did,
Quinn?
So did my
Anthony
dad.
Quinn. He's got a
My
YouTube
dad
channel.
really
He'd love
looks
him.
like him. Anthony Quinn.
He's got a great
actors.
He's got a great YouTube
One of the
channel.
great actors.
Oh, he does look like Bryan a little bit.
My dad really looks like him.
I'm Anthony Quinn. I'm talking.
That's in
Bring up.
Oh, what was he from?
Oh, he's a
Oh
great
my
actor.
Something
God.
recent. And something
What was he
recent though.
from?
What
You're
was
too
he
young.
from?
No, remember I'm not 60, fellas.
Zorba the Greek?
I mean, he was amazing.
No, but he
was
did something
legit
recently.
movie star, like a huge movie star.
He did something recently. He
But-
died in 2001.
What were his parents' names?
Look at him. Look up.
Yeah, I'll
Mike-
keep going
look up
down.
Mike
No,
Callen.
this is like right before he dies and gets
Maybe
checked out.
Gotti is what I'm thinking of.
You got to go to like the 60s.
Yeah, you do. He was.
He crushed on
huge
Hercules,
movie
huh?
star. Great movie star.
Last Action Hero.
No.
No.
Go. I'm seriously, go to like the 50s.
The 50s.
Yeah, like Zorba the Greek. There you go, right around there.
All right.
Yeah, look, Zorba the Greek, Beyond the
That's all the
Pillars,
show.
Lawrence of Arabia, Requiem for a Heavyweight,
Jesus.
Portrait in Black.
Guns
Come
of
on.
Navarone.
Dude, the Savage Innocence? Get out of here.
No, but these were huge movies.
Yeah, 1959, man.
Yeah.
It was so easy to be famous then. Or to be a comic? Oh my God, you watch like old like
Oh,
comics.
it's so bad.
You watch like Flip Wilson on the Tonight Show. He tells one joke, smoking a cigarette. Like, do you want a banana for your monkey? Good night, everybody.
Yeah,
It's like what?
I know.
This is fucking garbage.
I know. Of Jerry Seinfeld, what he did, Johnny Carson, and it was a
Name
5-minute
research?
set, and it changed his whole career.
Oh, yeah.
You know the difference between Paul Reiser and Jerry Seinfeld?
No.
Who are these people? Who are these people?
That's it. All right, Tim, what do you
So
got?
the emphasis on the word.
Who are these people? Who are these people?
It's very good.
Paul Reiser's like, I don't know. Who are these people? Did you call the guy? You know what they say? Who's they? Who's the guy? Who's they? Who are these people?
It's very true.
Similar, yeah.
Well, no, there's some music to it.
I like when you guys get quiet. I know I hit a vein in there.
Yeah.
As we both just, hold on.
We're staring at the Google homepage right now, listeners.
So this is terrible, obviously, but the kid's okay, not injured.
Oh, I love this.
But he fell 40 feet down a zip line.
Are you fucking kidding?
No.
In Mexico.
Yeah. So I'll show you the video.
Why
This
your
is, like,
zip
from
line
the
in
Mexican
Mexico is
website.
beyond me.
I think this
I
is his
would.
family filming it, and they didn't realize, and they stopped recording.
All I give a fuck about are snakes.
I don't trust him.
Snakes is my only non-starter.
So 6-year-old kid.
Maybe the instructor.
One of
the
the
ass cracking the instructor. That guy's hot.
I don't like this.
one of the ropes was
Ready,
not.
right?
But what happened to him, Chin?
He's
Maybe the
fine.
kid-
He's not injured.
Damn, he just like,
This scares the
So it falls into a lake. So I should say that.
Orale!
So obviously they scream right here because
It's
fell into a
great.
lake. His parents are the ones that didn't want to take him to the hospital. The people that worked at the park, they said like, let's take him to the hospital, but no, they looked at his injuries. His parents were like, no, he's fine.
God, he fell in the water. Thank
Yeah, in a lake,
God.
but 40 feet. So I don't know. That's still
So
damaging,
high.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's a 6-year-old kid.
but he was fine?
He's fine. Yeah, as far as I guess the parents say.
Scroll up. Let me see the article under it real quick.
The
No,
article
other
under
way.
it? Other way?
Right there. He was taken out of the water by Expedición Amazonia.
Before the black caiman got to him.
One of the harnesses had burst.
Why's he got to be black, Brian?
That's why I don't mess
The
with
black
that
caiman.
stuff.
Black caiman. That's a type of crocodile.
Fundidora Park. Not exactly the Dells in Wisconsin. You know what I mean?
One of the harnesses had burst. What is it?
What is he, Owen
Is
Hart?
it made of balloons?
It's just like what, 6-year-old
doing
kid.
the
Why
whole
even take
show
a
for
6-year-old kid
George.
on a zip line like that?
I did it
wouldn't
with
do
my kid.
I would never.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Back in the
know
day,
why.
like 1990, I was playing Tulane University opening for Kinnison, and I was like, well, there's nothing to do. So I bungee jumped, but there was no pad. It was just straight to the parking lot.
Hell no.
You know that swing when you do over the canyon? They let
I
you
don't
go.
understand that.
Yeah, like
understand
fuck
that.
you, dude. Right?
I don't understand any of that.
If you guys did it, I would totally like. I'm one of those guys. Like, I'm not gonna skydive, but if you're like, bro, we're skydiving.
If we're all on
Yeah, I'm
tour,
doing
like,
it.
come on, bro, let's
Like, all right, I'll do it. I'm not a fucking
Yeah.
bitch. You know what? When we went ziplining in rehab, the second rehab I went to, and it's like just that first step is such a mind. Like, I felt like Jackie Gleason. Like, all I do is step off the platform, man.
No,
But then when you do it, the more, and there's no way to get down, and there's no way to leave other than finishing the 7 consecutive zip lines that get higher and higher. And the only way I got to the point where I was okay with it. Was like I pretended I was in the army and I just had to do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right.
I had to rappel off a cliff. I learned
we
how to do
rappelled to
that.
get down, yeah.
Fuck that. But when you're on there and you're leaning back and you have to just jump.
Faith in the rope.
And it's just like terrifies you. You're just like, but then you can figure it out. My son has such a good sense of humor. My son's 11. We're in the elevator with my whole family, and I go, I think this is a good time to tell you I'm not your father. And you typically think a kid be like, oh, and I go, I think this is a good time to tell you that I'm not your father. He goes, yeah! Oh, sorry, Dad.
Your son sounds smart.
I
That's
was like,
funny.
that's fucking good, man. That's a good reaction.
My son came home the other day, had dog shit on the edge of his hand.
My son's allowed to swear when he's with me. He's 11.
Yeah, me too.
It's our thing. So he gets in the car. His mom's like, bye. She gets so mad at me. He's like, bye. The door closes and he goes, when are you going to clean this motherfucker? I go, you didn't do your homework? He goes, nah. I go, why not? He goes, because I don't give a fuck. And I go, see my face?
good.
See my face? I did that. I did exactly that. And he goes, hold on. Before you get mad, don't get mad. Let me check the console of your car. No fucks in there either.
It sounds like a jerk.
Yeah, this kid sounds like he might have some problems.
Well,
on
I struck him about the face and ears. I said, "You're gonna go talk to Uncle.
About.
You're gonna go talk to Uncle Jay.
What else you got, Jen?
All right.
He's Meredith the Beast.
He's a big boy.
He was so big.
He's 200 pounds.
How old is he? Oh,
12.
he's 4.
12 years old.
He's 4.
Where does he get his size?
Oh, eat food.
Of his hands. He's
All he eats is beige.
Steroids.
Just everything he eats is grilled cheese and fries.
but he's just big boned though too. Big body, big hands.
He's a big boy.
And what grade? He's 12 in what grade?
6th.
And then what's he do? Did he play
Strong?
sports?
Baseball. I remember I used to bring him to wrestling practice when I was coaching, and he would just like
Bam Bam everybody.
he would just go through all the workout.
yeah.
Like he thought it was fun. But I was like, you know what? Think about it. When you're a kid, what do you love to do? You like to roll around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like to crash into shit.
Yep.
And you like to grab ass with your buddies.
Grab your
Especially if
buddies,
they're built
yeah.
like that.
It's like, all right.
My mom told me I was a gentle kid. I always thought I was totally different. She goes, "No, you were incredibly gentle and didn't like."
You know what my mom told me
rough
once?
stuff.
We're standing,
No, I
in
was
the,
like,
Oh, man.
I know.
we're standing in the kitchen once before dinner, and my mom goes, "Let me see your hands. I'm so glad you have Ferguson hands. Your father has such faggy hands."
She did.
He has such faggy hands. And they're like, "All right, dinner's ready." And I sat right next to my dad and his little milky white hand just sitting on the tablecloth,
Whoa.
just like,
You know,
I'm just staring at my dad.
you ever,
hands
there's a book called The Pugilist at Rest, and this woman is talking about how she's in love with this. She's married to a lawyer, and he pays all the bills, but she fucks this guy
wow.
who he's a pearl diver, bank robber,
Black guy.
He's
Our
like
kinda
this-
guy.
Yeah, just a big Italian.
But is he
rogue.
black?
No, but he's a
I read a
criminal.
different book.
Criminal, and she goes, and she's
Black
talking
Italian.
about how her lover he's got these fucking huge hands, and she's looking at her husband as he's buttering his toast in his suit and tie, and he's got little fingers, and
despises
she
him.
despises
Yeah,
him.
of course.
She's like, I can never have those hands on me again, and all she's thinking about is her just fucking
That
giant-
Italian
yeah,
sausage.
Yeah.
Anthony Quinn had big hands.
Yes, he did.
Does he?
I don't know.
Yeah, I believe it.
Massive hands. He had baby hands. You just see a picture of baby hands. Just baby hands.
Yeah,
One thing
chicks
about
don't
him,
like
his hands
soft,
never grew.
soft, small hands.
No, they want big.
They want to know if push comes to shove, can you fight your way out of this situation?
Yeah.
I think so.
I've only felt I couldn't one time and I'm not like a fight guy, but I know like if shit hits the fan,
You know,
Keep 'em busy.
wrestling.
Keep them a little busy.
You know,
Right,
wrestling.
you know what I mean. I just
Yeah.
I don't want to come across as that guy, but I remember the only time I felt like completely helpless was at the Super Bowl in Jacksonville. It was such a shit show. They ran out of food before kickoff, and it's not like a good stadium, Jacksonville. I think it was the Eagles and the Patriots, and like the seats were wood. And I remember the toilets had overflowed. This is before kickoff, so there was like a little stream of water running through the concourse, and just Eagles fans. At one point, a wheelchair ran over my wife's foot, and she said, "Your
Eagles fans
wheelchair's
are
on."
worse.
She goes, "Your wheelchair's on my foot," and she goes, "In a minute." Like she had to finish up what she was saying, and it was me and Barry Katz and our wives. And I remember thinking, "Wow, I am truly alone versus the
Oh, yeah.
Eagles fans." who threw snowballs at Michael Irvin on a stretcher.
And Santa
that's
Claus.
right, they did.
And Santa Claus.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
He thought he broke his neck too, and they were like,
They're like, good.
it was just like they booed him.
They booed Santa Claus, dude.
Yeah.
Snowballs at
Yeah.
a halftime show.
You ever met Michael Irvin?
Yeah,
Big boy.
One of the best people on earth.
220.
He's great.
Yeah,
One of my favorite
Great
people
guy.
I've ever met.
great guy. I agree.
I told
worked
him
with
That era of guys are all money.
He and Deion
Mentioned,
Sanders. I worked
yeah.
with both of them I spent a week with them.
Michael Irvin. We hung out
big
together.
hands, Jesus
The
Christ.
monster. They call him, the playmaker for a reason.
Roll of black tar paper
I
down
go
there.
to a SB like Super Bowl party with Tim Tebow. We walk in, and then Michael Irvin's there, like surrounded by a ton of people. He's the life of the party. Like he could have been a fucking entertainer if he wanted to.
100%.
He's the life of the party, and he sees me and goes, "Shab, get over here, baby." I'm like, "Oh, what's up, baby?" And there's all these people, and I go
You
to
jive turkey.
Yeah, he's like, "What's up, baby?" I'm like, "What's up, man?" I go to grab his hand, and he grabs my head, folds me down, and kisses the top of my head in front of everybody.
Oh, that's
God,
awesome.
dog. So embarrassing.
That he whispered.
How do you know
"Suck my
him?"
Dick.
We did the tournament together, the charity tournament together.
What,
We spent
bowling?
time- and we were partners on that.
Bowling tournament?
He's such a good guy.
Golf. Yeah, he's great.
Such a good guy.
You're a golfer?
Nah. I'll play a little bit, but
And he's Hall of Famer, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
You're really not a sports guy at all.
Holy shit, man.
How
But I
could
worked
you?
with
How could-
him, Deion Sanders. I spent a whole week.
He's
with those
pretty good
guys.
too, Deion Sanders.
Yeah,
I had so much
he's
fun
good,
with those
right?
guys. But Deion, when
What'd you work
I
with him
looked
on?
at Deion, and I go, what do you weigh? Because he was always so small on the field, and he goes,
Not
219.
small.
He goes, I'm 219, and I went,
Huge.
219.
That's massive.
I know. I go, no fat. I was like, that's a small football player. Well, it's like Derek.
not small.
No, he's not.
No,
But
for
it's
a
like-
cornerback, he's the best to ever do it, Brian.
I had a
He
weird.
just got his foot amputated.
Yeah, I know. Or his toes.
And he played in the
foot.
World Series and the Super Bowl in the
His
same
foot.
year.
His foot.
They had to go back in.
Yeah.
Thanks, George.
So you saw the foot story. They took his toe. Now they had to amputate his foot.
No.
His girlfriend came out. Yeah.
Why? What happened?
I'm not sure.
AIDS?
He just runs too fast.
No. It was an infection.
I think it burnt the bottom of his feet.
It
Running
was
too
a
fast.
gangrenous infection.
I don't
Turf
know.
toe.
Turf toe.
Turf toe.
He ran
You know, he
so
played in
fast.
the Super Bowl and the World Series in the same year.
Yeah. How about that?
You know, he used to play in baseball games, then fly same day and play football games.
yeah.
So not full.
Brian Jordan did both too, and they were on the same team.
Yep.
And then I asked Wayne Corbett once the hardest he ever got hit in football, wide receiver for the
So
Jets.
Brian,
And he goes, Brian Jordan knocked me the fuck out. I was out for like 15, 20 minutes.
That's
I remember
healthy.
that.
And there was an interception against the Falcons, and he relaxed. And Brian Jordan just saw the
Whoa.
5'9" white guy and went, ooh, supper.
Yeah.
Bow.
Corrette had to retire because of concussions.
He woke up on the bench on the sideline tent. He's just laying on a fucking bench. They just got you
Fans
laid out.
staring
They're
at
like, it'll be all right. Fanning
So
him with
when
a
he was
shirt.
playing was
hold
when
on,
I would
and
watch-
when he wakes up, they go, "Do you know where you are?" And he goes, "Willowbrook Mall." When did they put this in? Meaning the Georgia Dome. Is that true? Yeah. When did they put this in? When they put a dome in here?
I played or some of the game, rest of the game. Like, get in there. He's
Wait,
all right.
in the era
Shake
he
the cobwebs
played, I
off.
never missed a football game.
He's great.
I even had
Wayne Corbett?
I had DirecTV so I could watch like the Red Zone.
It was
I
him and
watched everything.
Keyshawn.
I never missed a
right.
game. Yeah. I never
ESPN
watched,
Fire Keyshawn. That one I kind of saw.
But he's on the radio show. So what? They're not going to simulcast the radio show?
No, I'll probably have to go somewhere else.
my ex-girlfriend broke up with me and started dating Keyshawn and would tell me about it just because she was mad at me. That was good. That was good.
That's got to be. I
Can't blame
I
him,
don't
right?
understand like the simulcast of radio. I'm just going to pretend I didn't hear that.
What did she say though?
She would.
She's like, I'm into giant black guys. You're a small white guy.
I got a call and she
It's pretty
said,
black
I'm
and
following
white.
I'm following him home right now in his car. Just wanted you to let you know that. I was
But you know why she did that? Because they always push back on the parent they know isn't going anywhere. And deep in her bones, she knows that he's daddy.
Yeah.
Otherwise, she wouldn't give a shit.
Otherwise, she wouldn't even
Look
do
at
it.
this. Look at my eyes.
She wouldn't give a shit.
You know what?
She knows Brian fucking made her make those sounds that nobody ever heard her make before.
Daddy.
And she also-
Daddy,
but she
I'll
also-
surprise you. I'll surprise you.
Well, yeah, sure. He's old, reliable here, but she also knows Keyshawn, not in for the long haul, right? It's a one-time ride.
Yeah.
No, they got married.
It's his wife, right?
That's probably 100% true.
Yeah.
They got 3 kids with Larissa Pippen.
And I've never been under, and I've never been under any illusions. ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
it is what
The
it is.
problem, I had a weird, like today, like this weekend, because of Derek Wolfe and Brian Shaw, I woke up the next day after spending time with the strongest man in the world, 4-time strongest man in the world, and then Derek Wolf, who's a freak athlete and a giant, and also very handsome. And I was like, I looked at the pictures, and I go like this. I go, I need to, yeah, there you go. And I looked at that picture, and I go, I need to start lifting weights more.
Why
And
are
I
your
go,
arms bigger than your torso?
I know. I go, yeah, exactly. I go, I got to stop with this.
It's like,
He's so big.
Look at how big he is.
you look like David Faustino.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Keep going.
Are you standing on it?
I'm doing that on purpose. I'm trying to stick my chest out.
God damn, he's a big boy.
Yeah, he's,
But let me ask you a question.
yeah.
But can he kick my ass?
Well,
Good point.
so Levon, the best arm wrestler, they say he's unbeatable from Ukraine's 400 pounds. Levon said, Brian's like, I kind of want to get into arm wrestling now after this because it'd be easier instead of this training.
Natural transition.
Levon is like, made a video to him joking around, goes, Brian, you don't need to get into arm wrestling. Just stay over there. You don't have to do this.
Why were you wearing that like Keith Morrison wig on that one clip?
Yes, don't ask.
How great is Keith Morrison
The best.
from Dateline? When he's like the Dr. Seuss of murder.
I was playing Greg Abbott, the governor of, yeah, for a sketch.
I look on Dateline when Keith Morrison goes, in a small town,
That hair almost goes.
something was brewing at the Waffle House, but it wasn't the coffee. What was brewing was murder.
Murder. Yeah, murder.
What was this?
Brian missed the first half. He was
He
watching
did.
himself.
He was. You couldn't distract him.
I know.
Yeah.
Narcissist.
I look at myself, but I'm looking for something to change, or I'm disappointed. I don't look at myself like, I look good.
You're a handsome
There's a couple
man,
of pictures I've said, I look all right. Most of the time, I'm always like,
What
oh,
else you got, Chin?
it's depressing.
How about the kid that goes, can I pet that dog? Can I pet that dog?
Where's this from?
Can I pet that dog?
What's that from?
You just look it up.
Just look it up.
TikTok or IG. My sister's ass. Tim Tebow's virginity. You think Tim Tebow? There he is on the left.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could listen to this kid all day.
Can I pet that dog?
Jump at that dog.
Can I pet that dog?
No.
Can I pet that dog?
No.
Can I pet that dog?
That's all.
He's cute.
That dog?
You go to sleep.
No, can you go? That is talking. That dog cannot
Then he just turns homeless at the end.
I love you, man.
Can I pet that dog?
Pet that dog. So you go to sleep? No, I don't.
Anybody that doesn't, I'm going to say it. Anybody who doesn't have kids doesn't know what they're missing.
You got kids?
These guys.
Yeah, man.
Oh, you said that earlier.
Yeah,
son.
two.
Sorry, my bad. Well, you looked at me like I over the line or something.
You know, come on, man.
I don't know. Fucking just trying to keep.
Can I pet that dog?
I'm just trying to keep the show afloat.
No, I'm with you. What do you got, Chin?
Which kid's your favorite?
Jay Moore pushes.
It's tough.
Is it?
Yeah, it's tough.
Brian, how many kids you got?
3.
Who's your favorite? Just say it. Just say it.
I
He's
swear to God.
Brian has a favorite. That's why he's laughing. I don't.
You're full
I love
of
all
shit.
my
You don't
kids.
have a favorite. There's always one kid.
One kid's sweeter than the other. Others, you know, it depends day by day, man.
Hey, look, there's not enough oxygen on the sub for all three of us.
I love all my children.
There's not enough oxygen, man.
I
When
love
are you
all my
gonna have
children
to go?
for different reasons. I got a baby. He's just like a fucking just.
So he's
don't
And
know
my
him yet.
son, my
So he
son
can
is,
go.
my son's me.
Stupid
my son's
baby.
me. It's like raising myself. And then my daughter is just her own magical
It's your son.
fucking self. She's
it's the
15.
son that's like you.
Yeah.
You're a narcissist. How could you say that's not
No,
it?
I can kill the mini
My
me.
daughter is like, I don't know. That's my firstborn. So
All right, so you're killing your son.
I love them all.
You got two sons then.
Yeah.
So one can go.
No, I can't. I couldn't.
Bro, we're all gonna die on this fucking sub. Somebody's got to go.
You have a favorite?
I can't,
Yeah.
I can't make it. You do?
Of course I do.
Yeah, I understand.
Of course I do.
You have how many? 2?
That I know of.
What do you got,
I
Chin?
think that there's no doubt that most parents probably would have behind closed doors would be like, I mean,
There's one like every time they cry as a kid, you're like, this fucking guy.
Like, again?
well, some kids are more difficult than others. You know, some kids are just like,
Yeah,
they're
my,
just
my brother's
born-
super difficult. I know
Yeah.
for a fact. You asked my parents when we were like 12, they'd be like, "Oh, Brendan, we'll kill
It's
Jay."
easier. Yeah.
Brendan was easy.
Yeah.
My son, when he was like 5 years old, told me to suck his dick on Christmas morning. Just that I know. It was the first Christmas after the divorce. So we're staying together. Like just giving the illusion of one big happy family, hers, because mine's still in New Jersey.
Yeah.
So her whole family's in my house eating fucking shrimp and this. And my son opens up a Nerf gun. He's like, whoa, Nerf gun, Daddy, suck my dick. And I'm like, what? And they're all looking at me. There's like a custody battle going on. They're looking at me like, we could use this, but I'm not looking back. I'm just looking at my son trying to use telepathy, like, what the fuck? And he's like, Daddy, suck my dick. Look at this Nerf gun.
Bury me.
I go, I got a bigger Nerf gun up.
He's too excited.
I got one upstairs. You want to see it? He's like, yeah, suck my. So we go up to his bedroom. I go, do you know what you said down there? And he's like, no, what, Nerf gun. I'm like, do you remember what else you said? He goes, I do not. No. I go, do you remember saying suck my dick? He's like, yeah. I go, do you know what that means? He goes, no. I go, that's what a dick's like, what a dumb guy calls his penis, and you're a real smart guy. And so in front of the whole family, you said you wanted your penis in my mouth and you wanted me to suck it. And this is when I knew I had a favorite kid. My son's reaction goes,
Starts crying.
then he just starts laughing. Then I start laughing. Then we start wrestling. Then I throw him on the bunk beds, which break. And if you're downstairs, it sounds exactly like we went upstairs to suck each other's dicks.
What the fuck?
Can I bet that dog?
Got that dog.
My son went after. I never kind of like did a check-in after I got divorced, and I'm at dinner with my son.
Wait, hold on. A what? A check-in on your
Now
kid?
Ryan's crashing.
How you guys doing with this?
You mean you didn't talk about their feelings?
like not enough.
Yeah, man.
Right?
Divorce is a big
Oh,
deal.
man.
Ryan you guys are fine.
My son's eating like that, and I go, hey, we haven't talked about how you guys are doing. This is a big thing.
Yeah, it was like 3 years ago.
And he goes, my son goes, I'm all right.
Can't be good.
My daughter goes, all my friends' parents have gotten divorced. Relax. Like that. That was the end of the discussion. I was like,
How old was he then?
fucking 8. He goes,
He's
just
still wearing a diaper?
doing this. No,
He's fine.
I'm all right. I'm all right.
No problem.
He's wearing Wonder Pets diapers.
Like,
Peanut butter all over his fucking face like a dumbass. I'm fine. Brian's arm
That's
crushing
hilarious.
it.
Brian, that's
Then he
the
opened his
best.
mouth and hornets flew out his mouth. I was like, oh, he's satanic. Oh, fuck. Eyes went black.
Your
Your daughter's like, it's not a big deal. Tyrone and David are coming over.
Keyshawn's coming
shit.
by.
Keyshawn's son's coming
Keyshawn's
by.
coming over. Don't worry about it.
Again? I got embarrassed. I was like, oh, okay. So much for that talk.
I remember when I was like, when you got to bring up the divorce, it's like, so you got a big boy decision to make. It's about where you're going to live mostly. It's I don't want to sway your decision. It's either you could either live with Dad or
Cool, fun dad?
or El Canto. I mean, but
But it's no pressure.
Yeah.
You make your own.
Brother, your life's gonna be hell. You go that way.
you like
but
money, son?
But no big deal.
It's a big
How
deal
long
for
ago did you get
kids.
divorced?
Man, almost 5 years ago. Now.
It's me too.
I get along great with my ex.
At the time, it was the most profound wound in my soul.
Yeah.
Because nobody gets married to get divorced. You get married because you're positive it's not a possibility.
Yeah, that's why you do it.
And you walk around for it's not even the divorce. People go like, I'm really sorry about your divorce. It's like, oh no, now that it's underway, I'm great. I wish you could have said sorry. The 2 years I walked around my own house going, what the fuck is going
How
on?
am I gonna get out of this? Yeah.
God damn.
I'm the only one in my entire extended family who's been divorced. I don't come from a divorce.
Well, Saudis,
Yeah, wait.
They
how
would
many of them
kill
have been
him.
beheaded?
Yeah.
Well, yes,
Or
but
stoned.
I'm not Saudi.
What a great way to kill somebody, fucking by stone.
Well,
takes-
a lot of
It
hatred.
takes a while.
Yeah, it takes forever.
Takes a while.
You're gonna have 24 hour. You're gonna have 24 hour.
Not the
operation.
face.
Ah, my elbow.
The eye again. Just-
God.
you missed
That biblical shit is awful.
the worst.
Adultery.
But divorce, fuck. I mean, I come from a divorced family. I remember it was traumatizing as a kid. You're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
fuck,
Oh, yeah.
dude, what?
It's
Well, it was
worst
your
thing-
fault. That's
worst thing you can do to a kid.
Yeah.
And it was your fault.
Oh, sweet.
It was your fault. It's the worst thing you can do to a kid. But me, my
The worst
my
thing you can do is
ex-
stay together.
I give so much credit to my ex though, because she was like, we both decided we're gonna put the kids first. No messy divorce, no nothing, man. And so that we get along. They see, we talk, we hang. It is what it is. But
There's no right way to do it.
No,
I mean, it's a disaster. For
it
the
still
kids.
sucks.
Yeah.
Because I heard my son say, he was talking to somebody. He goes, "Yeah, my dad doesn't live at home anymore," and he was bummed about it.
Oh.
That killed me. Yeah, you know, hey, you live some stuff.
I remember at mediation, the sticking point was this thing called the Smith-Osler Agreement.
Oh, I know all about it.
What's that?
It's like, okay, this is what you make now. These last 3 calendar years, we know what you make, and it's just a grid. It's just this is what she's gonna make. The Smith-Osler is if you go above that number, then she gets more money, right? But at the time, I was doing radio. I was doing well, but not like you guys. Jesus.
No.
And I was like, no, absolutely not. And my lawyers are like, what? We're like, we're out of here. What are you doing? I go, no. It's like a really weird, like putting my foot down. And I remember the mediator goes, why? I've never had somebody like this adamant about a Smith-Osler agreement. I go, well, I just did the Turning Stone Casino in Syracuse. I woke up at 4 a.m. to get a 6 a.m. flight. I had a layover in Chicago. I got to my hotel room in Syracuse at 6:40 p.m. My show was at 7. I performed for an hour and a half, went back to my room, got 4 hours of sleep because I had to get back on a plane at 6 a.m. and come all the way back. Now, if I'm willing to do all that for $20,000, why the fuck should she get a piece of that?
Facts.
And she goes, like they're sitting over here. I remember she just goes.
That was your wife?
She did like a really, no, the mediator just goes. Like it was one of those moments where I explained it even better than that.
I bet. Yeah.
But I remember like
you
I
know
could
how hard
have
this
flown
is?
to Hamburg in the time it took me
Yes.
to get to fucking
So
Syracuse
that's the part that kind of kills you.
in January.
And what did they say about it? Was your wife like, I understand that, or no?
It worked out. We get along well.
That's so important. Because I know people that just lose their health over the fact that they're fighting.
And
they fight
I
for
want to
5
take
years.
care of.
My dad got diabetes when he got divorced.
I'm sure.
It's probably the sugar.
It's
but-
horrible.
Well, that was like the final.
No, the stress will
It was the stress.
tax your adrenals.
Yeah.
But I was at the height of my earning power. I was making more money than I'd ever earned in my life. Yeah,
At one
for those-
point-
for those 3 years.
That's when he got psoriasis. The worst
Oh.
psoriasis I've ever seen.
dude, I was-
like I got it, and I can get in the sun.
Other
it goes
stuff
away.
happened after that. It
Yeah,
was
but
good.
yours was so bad.
You guys got weak constitutions.
Oh, I aged these past 3
Were you
years.
allergic
How
to
much have I
milk?
aged?
Brian's aged like a president since the
Yeah, literally.
Fucking Abe Lincoln.
Yeah, literally. I saw a
George
picture.
Washington now.
3 years ago, I had
Abe
totally
Lincoln.
dark hair.
Abe.
3 years ago, my hair was dark. I'm gray as fuck now.
But you can throw some dick.
I can still throw dick because
They couldn't take the hips.
I never missed a fucking
Take
workout.
his face, but not the hips.
I never missed a workout.
Oh, I throw fucking grapevines at him so fast.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, I love riding legs.
Jesus.
Ride it,
Till I come.
ride it, Dad.
What?
Ride the
Wait, what did he
rings.
say? What
Jump
was
on
the
the
last
rings.
part?
But here's the thing, too.
Stress.
Here's the thing is like you want to take care of them.
That's it. For me, it's like I said first thing. I were in mediation at my ex. I looked at the lawyers. I go, the most important people right now are the mother of my children and my children. Like I'll live in a fucking van by the river, right? So we got to figure out how that is. I'm not interested in this lawyer back and forth shit. And that was a great way to start off because who knows how much it's.
But you want to take care of him, but also I don't want to get completely fucked, man. Like we both made a
you're
mistake.
going
It
to.
sucks.
You're
but
going to.
You didn't get fucked no matter what.
I got two
Especially in
ex-wives.
California.
I have 2 ex-wives that own houses and I rent.
That's me too,
It's like
but not two exes.
at one point my
How
child.
fucked up is that? You know what I'm
one-
saying? Like you guys weren't writing jokes. You weren't up at 4 a.m. writing on Saturday Night Live. What the fuck did you
my
guys
attorney?
do?
Yeah, and I don't get any of my residuals. At one point, my child support was $10,000 a month. So I go out. I remember I was doing the Tempe Improv, and I was like, I'll probably make about 35, right, for the weekend. Big room.
Yeah, Tubby's big.
My rent in Malibu was $7 because I was on the water. So at one point, it's
Well,
like,
first of all, after 35, after taxes and commission,
20.
well, that's the point of what I'm about to say.
yeah.
Yeah, you beat him to it, man.
going.
But he's right.
Keep going.
I basically got on the plane. I got back in my car owing $1,800.
yeah.
That's what people don't realize.
It's fucking insane. So off the top 10, so now I'm at 25. Let's say 30. So off the top 10, that's 20. My rent's 7. I got 13. My agent gets 3. I'm at 10. I'm paying 44% taxes on the 30. It's fucking crazy. That's why it's good to just get out of show business.
Is it though?
Oh,
And then you work at 9 to 5. Good luck making 20 grand in a weekend there.
Yeah, just fucking relax.
Yeah.
Give it to God. It'll happen for you.
Give it to God.
Good to God. It's in the
Wishful
big man's
thinking.
hands.
You know what the worst thing you can do, in my opinion? We'll figure it out. The universe will provide. No.
Well, no, you got to make
you gotta
the
plan.
moves.
You guys
gotta hope for the best.
You guys are making like money. Like I never made
I have
any money.
$100 million in the bank.
But that's from when you lived in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
That's because I own oil fields.
What
I
were you
never
gonna say?
I never had like ads like back in the day on my podcast. It was like a 60-40 split to talk about squatty potty. And it was like the most I made was like 1,000 a week. And I'm like, I just would rather not have ads.
Yeah.
Then I get out and you guys come in and everybody's just, you got your own studios in Calabasas.
I'm doing well.
Theo, you, everybody, Rogan, forget it.
Well, Rogan, you know.
Rogan's Jeff Bezos.
But I can't get back into it because it would be an admission to myself. I'm getting back in it for the money. And I can't operate that way.
No, see, I think you should get back in it because you love doing it. You're really good at it.
No, I don't
And then
love doing it. I obviously, I don't really care.
Yeah.
well, then
Because people are like, when are you going to do it again? I'm like,
but
I
you
don't
have
know.
enough money. You're fine. So
I'm all right.
Yeah. That's a big part.
All my money's tied up in property, though.
Well, that's good.
No, I fucking divorced twice.
I didn't
What
know you were
money?
divorced twice.
Yeah.
I thought just once.
No.
Wait, before Nikki or after?
Yeah, another one.
So before Nikki, you were married.
Yeah.
And
I
you
got
still, are
2
you
boys,
still paying? Are you?
one with each.
Are you still paying?
I still owe her, yeah, because I wasn't able to pay because I was in rehab and COVID.
Oh, geez.
Not a big comedy market during a pandemic.
Right.
Let me ask you a question. This is where I'm like, when you were talking about politics earlier, I just tapped out completely because
Sure.
it's
exhausting.
it just doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't. We're $1 trillion in debt. We all agree that's a fact, right?
Yeah.
The country. So the pandemic happens, no businesses are open. There's no commerce, there's no supply and demand. There's no landlord that receives any rent. There's no utilities, there's nothing. But then the government, $1 trillion in debt, cuts every American a check for $1,500. That's when I went,
why you got
you
inflation."
motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Something is a shell game.
That's why you got.
Or they send
inflation.
Ukraine $2 trillion.
Well, no, they're printing money. They
Right,
print
but that's
money.
like credit card debt.
Yeah.
You just pay a little off here or there. But the fact that you're going to send me a fucking check that I'm going to cash it, like, wait, I thought we were $1 trillion in debt. Remember you were a kid, they go, hey, we're cutting down the rainforest. The size of Great Britain gets disappeared every year. I remember in 5th grade, I remember clear
me
as day.
too.
By the year 2000, there'll be no more rainforest.
Yeah, I remember that.
You watch like An Inconvenient Truth, Al Gore, the ice, and by the way, they are taking it away. I know that. And I
They've
know
been
the ice
taking it
caps
away.
are melting. I know there is
Yeah.
climate change and global warming, and I know that's all true. But it's like,
That Al Gore shit was totally off, though.
yeah, but all of it's off. Everything they ever told me was
Acid rain,
off as a kid.
The hole in the ozone
The
layer.
hole in the ozone layer
all
was
that
gonna
bullshit.
fucking
Oil
kill
being
us.
dinosaur fossil, you know, like no,
I've
And then you
never-
talk
I've
to
never-
like,
I've
then you
never
talk
bought
to-
into this shit.
Then you talk to like a spy or a CIA guy, and you go, what's the actual problem? And they drop some shit on you, like running out of water.
Yeah.
And you're like, what?
water. We need water.
It's like, there's not an infinite supply of water on a floating rock.
Yeah.
Eventually, we're going to be done with water.
There are weird things like that super volcano that's underneath Yellowstone.
Yeah.
If that thing blows,
We're all gone.
We're all gone. And
Nah,
there's
I'll
a
be
chance
all
it could blow. Who knows?
I'll get in his fucking cool
Not when
car.
we're alive.
He's got that cool car with the roll bar in it.
Right away.
You got a roll bar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're fine.
Crash.
A roll bar is like, you just
Roll
feel like,
bars will protect you. You gotta have a roll bar.
I didn't have one in my Mustang. I remember I was on my Mustang in like 1994. I'm on the 101 South, and these two Vatos pull up next to me in like a convertible, fucking massive car.
Yeah.
And they're like this, like gun. I'm like, oof, this is a little uncomfortable. Like, I don't want to race these guys. They're probably gonna want to fight me, whatever. And then so I just hit the engine and I go, and they start chasing me. And I watch in my rearview mirror as their car, I don't know what happened. It caught air under it or something, and it just went back and flipped over. And I was like, I don't know. Not my business. Back there.
My business.
No, they
But I never
died.
saw a car.
No, they
just go-
died.
I just never saw a car go like this.
Maybe they had like hydraulics or something.
It was like they hit the brake line
Yeah,
in the ocean.
but-
Jesus. I want to be. Do you feel like I'm not prepped enough for the zombie apocalypse?
I don't think you can be prepped.
I need
There's no zombie
freeze-dried food.
apocalypse.
I need.
But like if that
water.
volcano comes, okay.
I need something though, man.
To do what? What are you gonna do?
There's no amount of prep that's going to save you from like a Pompeii situation.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because you know, back in the day in Pompeii, there was those motherfuckers that like collected beads and shit, and like, I got my bug out bag in case that fucking thing blows. In case Etna goes, I'm all right.
Yeah.
And they're just fucking.
They didn't realize
That's how they are.
They didn't realize how fast the
No, I
fucking
think about
lava is.
I think
People
about a
don't know that
seismic
shit.
event, and then all of a sudden order breaks down, and then it becomes the purge. I want to be ready for that.
We're close
You
to,
would
we're,
be ready.
We're more closer to civil war than anything like
That's
that.
what I
happened.
really.
Civil war.
That'd be terrifying.
I'd be
I'm
picking
not worried
motherfuckers off of my roof.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Nobody wins in that situation
I'll
because
win.
very evil people on both sides just take over and have their militias.
I've been
and they
hoarding
do all-
antibiotics since
You gotta
2002.
hoard antibiotics and Everclear. Because you can sell
Well, ammo.
The singer?
You can sell alcohol that you can drink and use as a cleaner. For
We could
a
just
lot
make
of stuff.
moonshine.
You know, if you murder somebody and you clean them up in the tub, make sure you bleach underneath the drain. That's how most of you guys get caught.
Oh, you got to bleach underneath the drain?
Yeah, because they just unscrew it and they look at it.
Yeah.
Because when the blood goes down, it kind of splashes around under there.
Wait,
But now they test for bleach.
In
They-
the-
if
in
you
the-
have
I can bleach
in
my
the-
tub whenever I want. Doesn't make me a murderer.
wait, in the drain?
Yeah.
You have to? So
Where
how
the
do
water
you-
drains out,
Yeah,
when it goes down the drain,
yeah.
There's still blood.
what people
particles
forget
underneath.
is there's going to be blood under.
'Cause
If
the
you
blood
drink a
goes
bottle
everywhere.
of water, there's going to be water on the bottle cap on the inside.
Fuck, I got to do
now you
that
can
next time
kill
I bleed
somebody,
a
dude.
body out.
Stop using credit cards. Get the rope with the wax on it.
Is that what I got to do?
What?
What? How do you know so much?
Dateline.
The details.
It's always a white lady on Dateline that won't stop running her fucking mouth.
Yeah.
She always gets killed by her husband. She's always named Patty. It's always a white lady named Patty.
But I talked to a guy who does cold cases, and I said to him, let me try to get away with a murder. You can't get away. He goes, if we want to get you and we actually put our resources there, I go, okay. So I shoot you from 700 yards away outside when you're hiking. And he goes, we'd get you. And I go, how would you do that? He goes, we take dogs. We look at the ballistics. We can tell you got shot from a distance. We know what kind of bullet it is. We take a dog and we start circling. We'll find where you were lying. I'll collect all those leaves, every one of those leaves in the whole area.
Find something.
Take it back to the
DNA.
lab. Find your
You know,
trace
what, you know,
DNA.
what,
But
you know, but you know, I'd say that guy. Then,
and then-
you know, I'd say the guy. Then why are 53% of murders unsolved?
He said, I asked him that.
Brian
He
would
said,
get caught because there'd be bite marks on all the leaves.
Yeah,
These are so good for you, bro.
I'm into vegan
organic.
stuff.
These are so good for
I
you,
just took
bro.
a shit there with a flag. Brian was here. Bro, you can't do that when you're there when you're killing people.
Yeah, 53%.
It's how I
of
leave my
murders.
mark. I can't leave my mark.
53% of murders unsolved.
It's a
But he said a lot of
stakeout,
that's
Brian.
'cause
Why are you
cops
doing
are
calisthenics outside the car?
That's not true.
We're on a stakeout. He's doing fucking squat thrusts next to the car. Like, let me just get
Your
this in.
sweat's everywhere.
Let me just get this in.
Your
DNA's
sweat, you
everywhere.
leave your cells.
Did you jack off at one point?
Yeah.
It really like and also if they want you for it, they build a case toward that as opposed to taking in all the evidence and building the case that way. They take in a suspect and they funnel all the evidence that way.
Also, there's
that's why
cameras everywhere. There are roadside cameras. You just they can find point of entry.
self-defense.
Like what were you doing in that car? All that stuff.
Don't you think you could pass a lie detector test?
I don't know. I
You,
have.
I mean, you don't have a knee. You have what?
I have.
We did a lie detector test.
and I was telling the truth about everything, and they said I was a liar. I said, "Did you wrestle in high school?" I was like, "Yeah." You're lying because I was squirmy.
I feel like I could beat. I've had guys in the FBI go like, "You can't beat it."
Well, that's why they stopped using them though, because they didn't hold up in the court of law.
Well, you can't. They're not. They use them, but they're not admissible.
But I took
Because like
one.
if you go like, is your name Jay Mohr? I'm thinking my birth name is John. I go by JJ. So already the fucking needle's going like that.
you know, O.J. Simpson took one. His lawyers right when they got one before it got big. They were, let's do a lie detector test, and because if in there they go, you're innocent. He goes, yeah, I promise you. All right, let's do a lie detector test because even though it won't work in the court of law, we can bring it up. They have him take the lie detector test and he failed miserably. And they're like,
Fucking
oh,
Geiger
this
counter.
ain't good.
You know why I like wrestling and jiu-jitsu more than karate? Ron Goldman, second degree black belt. Ron Goldman, the guy OJ fucking stabbed to death.
Oh, he was a secondary back.
He goes to land a
In
fucking
Taekwondo.
kick. He slips in blood. Game over.
Yeah. Well, also,
There's
You
also
gotta
the-
get
doesn't-
close to me to stab me.
Yeah, bro.
it doesn't
monkey
work.
grip, you're
It
not
doesn't
going
work
anywhere,
against an
Juice.
NFL
Feel cold in my
football
hands on it,
player,
not creepy?
provided he
Nah, I
did
don't-
it.
I don't mind
Allegedly against an NFL football player.
What's that?
With a large knife. Your karate's no good here.
I don't think karate's good anywhere.
It's just not practical. If you have to get in a stance, you don't have to fight.
What was he a gold black belt in?
It's that 3rd degree black belt. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's karate.
3rd degree. Oh, I didn't know he was on studs. I wish he lived.
It's such a bummer.
You know who hosted Studs?
What?
Wasn't it? I don't know. I'm asking if you knew.
I thought you knew.
It's Mark DiCarlo?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was his name?
Yep. Yvonne DiCarlo was his mom.
Oh, I kind of remember this guy.
Can I bet that down?
Can I bite that dog?
Can I bet that down?
I remember that guy.
Yeah.
All right, Chin, you got any more for us?
You good or what do you want?
Give us one more good one.
So this because he's a friend of the show, Adam22. He's a friend of yours. So I guess his girl, she did start porn in the beginning, but then once they got together,
Let
they
me
did
fill you guys in.
OnlyFans.
So his wife, Lana the plug.
Lena, I think Lena.
the
Yeah,
plug.
Lena.
She's a porn star. They met when she's a porn star.
Lena
But
the plug.
since they got together, she's beautiful. But since they got together, she's only slept with women and never with another man. She stopped doing like female porn. And then recently, he has a show called The Plug Talk where they interview a porn star and then they both fuck the girl.
Who watches that, Mohr or Bryan Callen show?
Oof, close. Both do really well. But recently, he was open to her fucking a dude, and they got. If you watch Black before, he's like the star of Black.
There you go.
That dude
That
fucked this
dude
girl.
is awesome.
Yeah,
I know who that
a real
guy
pipe on him too.
Yeah, his name is
You know who he
Jason
is.
Love.
Yeah, he's the Carl Malone of porn stars.
Jacked out of his mind. Yeah, he's got a
dude.
piece on
He,
him.
dude,
Carl
he-
Malone.
He brings it every time.
Carl Malone may love leading the plug.
He delivers every time, baby.
Oh, he delivers every time.
But that's his
man.
post. It's kind of funny too.
It's officially been a week since I let my wife do porn with another guy. I felt a little jealous at first, but overall it wasn't a big deal. She's watched me sleep with hundreds of girls and never affect our relationship. Sleeping with that gentleman has been amazing for both her career and our business, The Plug Talk. Overall, I'm glad we did it, and I'm happy to report her vagina has returned to its original pre-big black cock size.
So this is what he's tweeting about his wife?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And they have a kid.
They do have a kid for real.
Those two kids are going
See, I
to
don't
make it.
approve personally. They're
gonna make it.
old-fashioned, but,
So the kid can go online and go, oh, my mom got, oh, now I know why she's leaning the plug.
Yeah.
so strange.
I don't know,
They
man.
make-
Who is this
They
guy?
make bank, though.
I don't care.
Who?
I mean, stupid, man.
Who is
His
this
show's
guy?
so big.
Who?
Adam.
YouTube money?
Adam 22. Yeah, his show, I think it might be...
no chase or something like that. I forgot what it was-
No
oh,
jumper.
No jumper.
But the plug show is his biggest show. I think it has to be subscription
I
based.
mean, look, some people are into this stuff, and it's
I don't care if that's what he likes to do. I don't give a shit. Make
They
your money,
both
dog.
want to do it.
It's all
Yeah.
good.
And if he's open to it, I don't get why people care. If
I
she's
don't
down,
care. I
he's
don't
down.
care.
Who gives
I
a
don't care.
fuck?
I don't care.
That's it.
Is that
That's it, bro.
We're almost at 2 hours
I
already.
love it. So you make it easy, dude.
July
Time
9th,
flies.
July 9th, I'm doing a show with Daryl Hammond. We're doing impressions at
Really?
the Improv. You could pull that. God,
Oh, that'd
God
be
forbid you go to
fun.
my.
Shit.
God forbid you go to my Instagram.
I, dude,
come to
I went
that.
to your I went to your website.
Look how
but
fat I
couldn't see
was.
it.
I'll come to that. You're only 52. You're a kid. I'm a lot older than you.
Here we go.
Oh, there's my intake photo from rehab.
Where?
It's on my page. There you go.
Is it on
First
the top
left
here?
is the ad. Oh, you'll see the boy.
Your ears and put it in your fucking mouth.
Well, I'm in the headlines, but you turn them into gold.
Jake Moores. I see. Sir, some petticoat from me, all right?
Chris Penn.
Not a fan of the ladies on the throwback. Yeah, I'm not gonna fuck with you, Jake Moores. You legendary. Alright, you know, Daryl Hammond is heading to my right.
Fat fuck you like a fucking nigga bellies hanging on the fucking back. Did you fucking Christ?
That's gotta be.
Hell yeah, the horse in Kentucky, fly me to.
Coach Tony Bennett. Look, I was
I'll
bald
go
and
see
fat.
that. I'll go see
That looks
shit.
great.
Yeah.
That's good.
That looks
dude.
dope.
You want to see my intake photo?
You guys have done shows before together?
Intake.
Oh, it's the best.
bunch?
Oh, it's the
People
best.
love
You get
that
to
shit.
sit down,
What's he up to? Besides that,
stand up. Go back to my page. Let's see what I got going on. What about me?
You said intake photo? Or
Yeah, scroll down.
tell me one.
Like, keep just way down.
Was it a wicked?
Look, Fighter and the Kid all over that motherfucker. No, keep going. Just
Hey,
keep,
man.
oh, me as Dick Vitale. You ever see that?
No, where?
Where?
Right there.
Oh, go to that.
Oh, Saturday Night.
That's right, he's got AIDS, baby.
That's AIDS, baby.
Nobody is too close to AIDS. He gets the Oscar.
You get the point.
So funny.
Oh, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep. You'll just see me bald, looking fucking terrified. Keep going, keep going. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Passed it.
Pass it?
Yeah.
Here?
No, you passed
During
it.
Passed
COVID.
it.
Look at me in the fucking gym
Here?
banging. No.
I don't know, man.
Oh, look at that. Me jumping rope, Bri.
Keep
On the
going,
left.
Chin.
buddy. There you go. Feet are strange, huh?
Let's find
Oh, I
this
got
one.
crazy crooked feet. Yeah, keep
You
going.
getting your heart checked there?
My heart's fucking. What are you talking about?
Looks like you had a sonogram on your heart. Sonic sound.
Right there.
Which one?
With the hat on? Or the. Oh, wow.
Now that's
Jeez.
intake, meaning you were going to rehab.
That's like when they're. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
That's me in a year.
gotcha.
After the Wu-Tang.
Wow.
Damn.
Wait, go back to that. You don't look bad.
No?
You look
Soulless?
Yeah, that was that. How much?
Yeah,
So,
you look
when he.
tough there.
How much Adderall were you doing at that point?
All of it.
All of it.
All of it. Probably 300 milligrams a day.
Man.
300.
What was your main thing? Was it
Adderall.
Adderall?
I'd wake up, swallow a 30, snort a 30, take my kid to school, snort 15 on the way back, swallow a 30. I'd drive to Malibu to fish, swallow a 30. Like that's, we're not even at 9 a.m. yet.
How the fuck did your heart not stop?
Oh, lucky. How did yours not start? What? There was one?
Well, I bet those fish were fucked when all that Adderall just fucking.
I fished alcoholically. One year we took 100 fish out.
Wow.
Just on the paddle boards, fishing from the paddle boards.
Off.
Right behind Duke's and like around there.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
What kind of fucking fish?
Calico bass.
Oh.
Damn. Would you eat them?
Yeah, I'm like a motherfucker. I would do that. I would paddle to the Malibu Pier and back, then go run wrestling practice.
What would you use for bait?
I can't tell you that. No, Rapala crankbaits. They got like the
Oh, snap.
plastic thing. So
He's
when
a
you,
fisher.
He knows what's up, yeah.
oh,
I'm a
Rapala-
fisherman too, yeah. So
Rapala's the
yeah, right. That's one of my favorite baits.
yeah, but you're fishing for
crankbaits.
carp. You're Asian.
No, I'm not fishing for carp, man. You can't eat carp.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, it's horrible.
You guys should go-
The grunion are running. There goes Chin.
I know. I don't go grun your
you guys
either.
should get together and murder some fish.
Fishing for carp.
Carp suck. They're too bony.
They're disgusting.
Yeah,
they give me the
they're-
creep. And koi, you go
And
to
they're
somebody's house,
huge.
like, they got those
Yeah.
stupid lips.
Yeah, I like koi.
You could bounce like a corn niblet right on its nose. They're like,
They'll eat
what?
it. Yeah, right up.
What?
But those bass are voracious eaters, dude. They love that fucking crankbait. That thing goes by, they just fucking. I had his on a GoPro so I could prove it. I caught a baby barracuda. I'm on the paddleboard and I'm filming it on a GoPro. And I get him to like where that bottle is off the side of the paddleboard, and a fucking bass comes up under it and goes to eat the barracuda and hits the other part of the lure. So I brought in 2 fish on one lure.
What the fuck?
I thought I was gonna be next.
You ever see any sharks?
Too many dolphin.
Yeah.
I saw one once. I was behind Duke's, and it was like late afternoon, and it was just coming toward me, swimming north, as you guys would know it, but it's actually west, north. And I was like, oh, fuck. And I was like, it's not a dolphin because the tail's doing this, not this.
Oh, wow.
And so I paddled home like as quickly and calmly as possible, but the sun was setting. So every time I turned around and looked, the sun was, I couldn't fucking see. And I got about a quarter mile and I saw dolphins over here, and I'm like, okay, thank God.
How big was it?
I don't know. I just became a speck of dust
Yeah.
immediately.
Terrifying.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's fun. See a lot of gray whales.
Do you really?
Well, they're either coming or going. They're either like, it's like
no shit.
March, April, like November.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think it's like November.
They come in that close, though?
down.
They come in that close?
Yeah, November they come
go check it
down.
I love whales.
Brennan loves this.
You go check it out yourself. Behind Duke's, right? Behind Duke's. Fucking go your own. Said,
But come on, man. I just want to go see some whales.
well, behind Duke's, man.
Tell you what, guys. If you like comedy, you come to the Green Zone.
You can tell he's funny. Look at that
Comedy
one
Zone
photo.
at Greenville. Yeah. Greenville, South Carolina. This Friday, this Saturday. And then I'm at the Blue Room, Springfield, Missouri, July 20, 21, and 22. Come get. No, actually, I'm only there 21 and 22. I got to take that off the website.
All right.
You go on the road a lot. When's enough?
Yeah, well, when.
I'm around LA, July 28th, shopping friends. Are you in town July 28th?
I gotta check my day planner.
Let me know. I'll text you.
I'm old school.
We got a bunch of dates coming up. Love you guys. Jay Mohr, where you going?
Jay Mohr.
You'll be at Hollywood Improv, like we said.
July 9th. I got 2 months off, man. I'm chilling.
Yeah, man, I'm chilling too. All right, kids. Love you.